It's time for Fanatic Parlay Cash.
All right, your chance to win $1,000. Text the word contest, CONTEST. Text the word contest to 45911 or enter it on the Fanatic app or at 975thefanatic.com. You have until 25 minutes after the hour. Again, contest on the Fanatic app at 975thefanatic.com or the special short code of 45911. One random entry wins $1,000 in this company-wide contest. Winners will get a call from Beasley, so make sure you answer your phone. Contest rules 975thefanatic.com. Fanatic Parlay Cash is stood up by Iron Mountain Men's Health. 5 chances to win each weekday. 8 a.m., 10 a.m., noon, 3, and 5. Next chance to win with us at noon.
Middays with Marks. The voices you trust. John Marks, Sean Brace, and Ray Dunn. All Philadelphia, all day. 97.5 The Fanatic and the Fanatic app.
All right, what's up, everybody? Good morning. Welcome to Middays with Marks on 97.5 The Fanatic. John Marks. I'll say hi to Ray Dunn, but I can't. More on that coming up in a second. We say good morning to Sean Brace as we play the song Hit It, Ray. No?
Wake up! Let me hear you sing. The orange and the black. The orange and the black. Across the blue line we attack. We are the orange and the black.
The orange and the black. Well, Sean. Wow. What a game. What a game, what a game, what a game, what a game. I listened to Pittsburgh radio this morning. I wanted to hear what they were saying.
Yeah.
And everybody was saying, oh, man, you can't let the Flyers play their game. They were looking at the game like, Flyers dominated the Penguins. The game was close, was not as close as the final score indicated.
Correct.
And they're right.
Yep.
And they're right. It was what a game, man. What a game.
Flyers are back, John Marks. And, yeah, we didn't just show up. We kicked in the door over there at Pittsburgh in their barn. And, yeah, man, took their lunch money. And now we're on the game, too. And I feel really confident about this team. One game at a time, I get it. One series at a time, that's fine. I'm loving their chances to obviously beat the Pittsburgh Penguins in a 7-game series with the 1-0 advantage at this point in time. Oh, by the way, I pay attention to the odds a lot more than others out there, and the Flyers are now minus 160 to win this series. Favorites flip-flopped just with that victory on the road. What a game, though. Just from the fan perspective, John, these guys have been playing playoff hockey now for 2-3 weeks. And they deliver every single time we tune in. Now, I'm well aware it's going to get tougher, right? Tonight's going to be tougher. I get it. But this is fun, man. This is fun.
Porter Martone. I mean, come on.
What?
Dude. Come on with this guy.
How about this guy?
All right, Sean Brace, if you need to watch on YouTube today for a number of reasons. You could just put on, you can take the headphones off. He's got a Darth Vader mask. Now, did you buy that or did you have a Darth Vader mask?
What do you think, John Marks?
That you had it.
Darth Vader.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. This is what it's all about. We got a great goalie. Got a fun team. I got a coach that I'm really – there it is. There it is. Got a coach that's getting me fired up too and talking.
Oh.
It's all coming together at the right time.
Yeah, it definitely has the feel, right? It has the feel this is going to be something. Now, we'll see how long of a run. They still have to win 3 more games.
Understood. I know there were people on my timeline saying, relax, it's only 1 game. But like I said.
But it's the first game of a series.
I just, this is what being a fan is all about.
Yep.
Right here, right now. It's not what we saw in Boston yesterday. It's not what we saw all weekend down at Citizens Bank Park. These are the good times that I will remember right here, right now with this Philadelphia Flyers team.
So the phone line, the text line, the Davis Honda text line, and on the Davis Honda text line, you can send us the voice memos. 610-632-0975. The same number for everything. 610-632-0975. I just so we get this from the start, I'm under the weather today. I'm here. I'm good. Don't worry about me. But I'm saying if I sound a little slow or something, I'm under the weather today. Sean has enough energy to pick up for that.
There you go. Yep.
Ray Dunn is not under the weather, but he has no voice. And you will not hear him.
This is bad. This is very, very bad.
Yesterday he texted that he lost his voice. And today he texted, this is really bad. It's not come back yet. So you can pan to Ray. He's just not going to be able to talk. I guess it'd be good, Dutsy, if you went to Ray just so you could see him. Can we have a voice generated? Can you use the text line?
Well,
How about that?
let's just ask this, Ray. How bad is it? How was your weekend, Ray? A lot of fun.
Weekend was good. Thanks for asking. Appreciate it.
So it's a shame because Mike Vito had said in the text this morning, must be the allergies. It's what's causing your voice to be strained.
Definitely. It was the allergies.
Yeah, allergy season is here.
It wasn't the Phillies game or that you were at Stateside Live posting videos and screaming and yelling.
2 Phillies games.
Right, 2 Phillies. Oh, yesterday again.
Allergies for sure.
Yeah.
All right, stop talking because that's not going to come back.
It wasn't the doubleheader on Saturday. No,
No,
it
it
wasn't
wasn't.
the Phillies into the Flyers game at Stateside Live. No, not at all.
Or the tailgate.
Or the tailgate. Yeah, none of those things. So Brandon Dutz is going to come in and do the updates because Ray, under not doctor's orders, but my orders, is not going to speak today. He wasn't going to do the updates anyway because he's incapable, but he really, you shouldn't talk at all. So have you Googled some remedies for the throat?
Why don't we put the Darth Vader mask on
Ray?
Yeah, on Ray.
Good idea.
For the full show.
Ray, can you just use a voice generator for when you want to talk? Yeah, use the board.
Hell yeah.
Unbelievable.
So
All
I'm
right.
not doing a good enough job.
I did post game, and I'm doing post game again tonight. But I did post game after the game with Martinez. We didn't start until 11:20 or something like that, and we got a bunch of calls. People were excited.
Sure.
But just talking to Jason before about his thoughts before the series, he didn't even put out a prediction. I mean, he's a coward for not doing it. But he's like, I didn't know what to say. I didn't say I wasn't sure what was going to happen. And then after they win game one,
Damn.
these professional hockey guys that are very, very tight with their opinions.
Okay.
Jason was still like, well, I mean, I feel better about them winning the series. I'm like, damn it! I hear you. You don't want to be the guy that goes out there and says they're winning the series. Man, if one game is any indication of where both teams are right now, it's the Flyers came in, and like you had said, it's a very important point, that they've been playing playoff games for weeks. Every game that they've been playing with, for the most part, has been played with urgency. Even in games they didn't win, they realized a loss could be something. Same thing with the playoffs. The Penguins, they looked like they came into the game, and they're, the Flyers' car has been running, and it really has been in motion for a while.
Oh, yeah.
The Penguins just started their car and then went into the game, and it looked like it. It did. And, I mean, even if you look at the first period, I mean, the Flyers really they had more opportunities. They were clearly, from the jump, it was like, wow, this team looks like it's ready to take it to them, and they did.
Yep.
Then they got the opportunities and the goals in the second, and then the third. They got the goal in the second, then they got the goal in the third. I mean, the Porter Martone goal to put them up 3-1 was
insane.
Yeah.
Absolutely insane. Yeah, it was all squared heading into the third period, and that's when the Flyers were able to find the back of the net 2 times. Ended up winning 3-2. Should have been. It could have. What are you going to do? You got to give credit to Pittsburgh for fighting back and getting that final goal, whatever. But to your point, I thought from the jump that the Flyers were a more physical team. What was that Tippett, the meme that's running around there, the little short video where they met each other at the blue line and get out of my way. That's what it is right now, John. This team, it wasn't an accident. What has taken place over these past few weeks, some might have said, a little bit fluky, but I think what took place in game one validates what we have seen. And maybe if you've had the opinion like I have that, man, it looks like things are coming together. Again, I'm going one series at a time, but I feel really good about this team winning this series and moving on in the Stanley Cup playoffs. It's incredible where we're at right now.
Yeah, no, I mean, fluky or like you had said, everything came together at once. Now, what does that mean? We'll find out. We will, but
I can go into past history of NHL teams that have gotten hot at the right time. We can do some research there.
Let's just do sports. Forget about the NHL. Let's just do sports.
That too.
I mean, it goes to the Arizona Diamondbacks. They ended up losing.
Mm-hmm.
They beat the Phillies. They got hot late. They came in, beat the Phillies, went to the World Series. The Phillies in 2022. They got hot late. Every game they were playing going into the playoffs was a playoff game. And then they go into the playoffs. There's urgency there. And you go against teams that are kind of like, they knew they were in the playoffs. There wasn't this urgency going in. In the NFL, how many times have we seen teams that they had that look and then boom, end of the season, 3/4 of the season, they get hot? That was the Flyers. It really was. And I think anybody that pays attention to hockey, and as I said, I was listening to Pittsburgh radio this morning, and they were definitely not freaking out, but saying, man, the Flyers have played really well down the stretch, and you can see that in game one. Now, there's still, all the guys that were released on this morning show were saying, I still have them winning in 5. Like, so you should have them winning the next 4 games. But you could just tell that they were like, no, I'm not changing my prediction. Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe you should change your prediction.
And that's out there at Pittsburgh, that morning show.
This ain't going in 5, man. This is not for the Penguins, at least. Right?
Dude, I feel great about tonight. There's no.
I do too.
I have zero as far as a different vibe or a different feeling, and of course, putting the odds out there as well, where the Penguins are a pretty good favorite tonight at -160. I still feel really good about the Flyers winning tonight.
Is it a -160? So that line went up. It opened at -140, at least on BetParks.
Yeah, you could see people understanding that the Penguins are talking themselves into a desperate Penguins team, but I clearly believe one team is better than the other, and that's plus money with the Flyers +1.
All right, highlights from the game coming up. You heard it right here on 97.5 The Fanatic. And has this changed the way you think about the series and the Flyers going forward? 610-632-0975, Middays the Marks. Listen, let's talk about your garage. Let's talk about, the cracked concrete, the stains. Don't tell me you have the old epoxy. Well, hang on a second. Check out Comer & Cross. They can completely transform your garage floor in just one day, and it looks incredible. That's one day. We're talking about a true showroom finish. It's like pulling into a brand-new car garage every night. And right now they're offering 50% off installation, and they make it so easy. They move your stuff out, repair the cracks and pits so it looks like new, and then you choose your custom Comer & Cross finish. This is not paint. This is not epoxy. It's built to last. No chipping, no cracking, no tire lift ever. All of that and 50% off installation. But don't wait. You can have your garage floor looking like a showroom and in just one day. 1-800-NEW-FLOOR. 1-800-NEW-FLOOR. Their website's comercross.com. COMER cross.com.
Fanatic Parlay Cash.
In at the Flyer line, looks at the net, took the shot up high, and Vladar able to make that save as he stayed square to the shooter.
Oh, John.
Soderblom with a shot, and Vladar scrambles to get that rebound covered right in front with the Penguins coming close. At the left point, Malkin looking, gives it up. Penguins in front. Saved by Vladar. It's in the corner. Pittsburgh in front. They can't do it. The Flyers pick it up and clear. And the Flyers win for the 12th time in their last 14 road games.
Wow, that's crazy. 12 of 14 on the road.
franchise record this year, 20 regular season. I want to say 24, I believe. This team is doing it. They're doing it. It's a special group of guys down there, John Marks. It really is. Got to have you believing.
Yep. So we have flyers. Do we have voice memos there, Raymond? Silent Ray, we'll call him for today.
Silent Ray.
All right, 610-632-0975. Phone line, text line, voice memos on the Davis Honda text line. Here's one.
Hey, what's up, guys? Larry Henry Jr. calling in on Monday morning. Hope you had a great weekend. I know the Flyers sure did. A 3-2 win over Pittsburgh on Saturday. Really liked their energy, really liked their work ethic and fighting for one another, and really enjoyed seeing Sidney Crosby a little frustrated at the end of that game. I wanted your opinions on the team and obviously comparing them a little bit to the 2010 team who made the run to the Stanley Cup. I mean, obviously, two very different teams, but kind of similar in the way that they work and the style of hockey that they play. Curious if you think they can make a run at it, or are we just taking it one game at a time this moment? Have a good day, guys. Go Flyers.
Let's go. LHJ right there for you, Johnny. Die-hard Flyers.
Well, I mean, I only go one game at a time. I would never look ahead to other games or series.
I'll do that for us here.
Yeah, I would never do that. Of course, of course you'll look at it. I mean, Larry, you're a great fan. I mean, right now it looks like that the Flyers are riding a wave of momentum, and they're playing their best hockey right now. Now, does Pittsburgh have an answer for that tonight? And they come out and they say, nope, this is not what's happening, because I'm told by all the hockey experts that it's all about the matchups. And what happened in Game 1,
Sure.
Pittsburgh makes the adjustment. Rick Tocchet will anticipate some adjustments. In Game 3, there'll be adjustments. I mean, this is why the series are so different. It's like that with all sports, with the NBA, with the NHL. So, I mean, I'm just excited to see what they have. The expectation, the great thing about where the Flyers are right now is there's no expectation. And we'll talk about the Phillies coming up in a second. The Phillies' expectations are go to the World Series or the season's going to suck, right? Like, we have a long 162-game season, but while we're going to enjoy the season, some people can't do that because they're so worried about October. The Eagles for many years. Mm-hmm. It's like the Eagles don't have this free, oh, well, let's just see what happens. Let's just play the game because there's no expectations. No, the Eagles have expectations right now. The draft didn't even happen yet. So while we're gaining expectations with the Flyers, who the hell cares?
Yeah.
We're just enjoying the hockey.
That's it. Yeah, we get some extra games being played here on the airwaves. And when you get home on your couch tonight, I think we got a 7-10 puck drop. I know they were lying about that. Because that game didn't start when it was supposed to start.
It was because the previous game that was on ESPN didn't get over till late.
You got to love that. Anyway, 7-10 tonight. Hopefully there's no issues. We get this bad boy started at the right time. But, yeah, look, to your point, Larry, I know that there's a lot of people that are talking about the 2010 team, and I just got a text from my guy Blair, who's at the Score, and he was saying the same thing this morning, and I'll just read you the text. Like, there are a lot of people that are making the comparison to the team in 2010 and what we're seeing right now. Rookie makes an impact late, transfers to own team, unheralded goalies performing. He says, I think the parallels between this team and the last one who went to the cup are uncanny. The people are saying that right now. And, again, we're a long ways away from talking about a team getting to the cup, right? But right here, right now, what we've seen for these last 2 to 3 weeks of the season, it's been awesome. It's been a lot of fun. And there were a lot of young guys on that team, if I'm not mistaken. Claude was not a rookie, but he was only in the league for a couple years. JVR, right, was on that squad. He was young. I'm sure Flyers fans could fill in the blanks on that one, but there was definitely some comparisons.
Do we have some Rick Tocchet talking about one of the youngsters, Porter Martone? Think about this. I was talking about this on the postgame. If Michigan State doesn't get eliminated from that Frozen Four and he keeps playing with them, he may not be playing for the Flyers right now. I know the Bruins signed a guy that they drafted, but he had gone to the championship game. I forget his name. So he wasn't signed pretty much right till the end of the season. If Martone keeps playing, he doesn't play. That was his 11th game in Game 1. He doesn't play. Is he playing right now? Does he have that goal in that game? I mean, think about the impact he's made as a 19-year-old. It's unbelievable.
10 games with the Flyers. Martone has 5 goals, 11 points. He had that big winner against the Boston Bruins, but, man, none bigger than
That's regular season.
Yeah, none bigger than last night, or on Saturdays.
All right, here's Rick Tocchet talking about Martone.
That's maturity. I mean, and I explain to players, too, there's going to be some games you don't have it. For 30, 40 minutes, but He's trying to figure the pace. He had a couple of turnovers. He knew it. And then he just gets a goal like that. I mean, that's hard to find guys like that. In the playoffs, you just got to stick with it because you can have that big moment. No, things aren't going your way. You just got to stick with it.
The resident weasel for all things coverage when it comes to the Flyers, Mike Sealski, had a good article on the Inquirer. You have to say that. If we're talking about the Flyers, you have to.
The resident weasel?
Yeah. Jake Voracek, remember? He said,
I was thinking, didn't Berube yell at him and he left? Something like that. But go ahead.
You remember Sealski one time, my run-in with Mike Sealski, and I never saw him in public, and I don't care too, but I remember we were on the air, and something I said was dumb. Go figure. And then he said, he tweeted something along the lines of, just in case you're wondering the state of sports talk radio in Philadelphia, and it was like what came out of my mouth, right? We're having fun. Yeah.
Oh, no, believe me, I know how. Yeah. I know how, he's much smarter than us.
Still,
for sure.
I will give him credit. I read his work, all right, on the Inquirer. He said,
no, he's fine. I don't read columnists. I don't care to read columnists.
He said Martone had a multitude of options once the Flyers drafted him 6th overall last year. Could have stayed in the CHL, Canadian Hockey League. Could transfer to a college program. Jump into Michigan State was his preference. So much that he insisted Sunday that the name, image, and likeness money that the Spartans offered gave him no bearing on his decision. Like it's a pretty good article about Martone and how we've gotten to this point with him. But the kid is delivering.
Sure is.
19, John. What were you doing when you were 19?
Making cheesesteaks.
That a boy.
Yeah.
I was cutting grass.
Not being able to get out of my own way.
Bob Patrone Jr., he still owes me $75.
Does he?
Yeah, let's call him up in Dunmore, Pennsylvania.
For cutting his grass?
Well, no, I did some landscaping. When I was 19.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, you have to add interest in that, too. That's a lot of interest.
That is. I just remember I got the job for a week, and we did not. He literally cut 50 lawns a day. This dude had every lawn in the whole 570 area code. And I did it 3 days, and I'm like, dude, really? This is just nonstop from 8 to 6 p.m. I didn't show up that second week. I'm like, I'm out. So he
was it like The Sopranos where you had to allow him to mow your lawn, or he would?
I think so.
Or he would beat up other people that would try to take the business.
Small community up there.
Now, Ray was at Stateside Live on Saturday, and the videos that were out there, they were awesome. They really were. So you put on Instagram or wherever on social media, they had the crowd, and then they had what was going on in the game. So you could see. So the top was what was happening in the game, and the crowd reaction was on the bottom. Wow. It was awesome. Ray himself had a video. Instead of just enjoying the moment, he had to take a video of it, which I'm glad you did, because then I got to enjoy the moment more than you, perhaps. Right? But it was cool. It was rocking down there. I can imagine what that's going to be like tonight.
Hell yeah.
Right. Who was the Flyers reporter that was interviewing you? I think she does a great job.
Kendall Salicki.
Okay.
Who's that?
She is the Flyers reporter, rinkside and digital reporter. And she was roaming.
Why was she interviewing Ray?
Well, she was roaming Stateside Live.
Did she know who Ray was?
Ray?
Their social team did. She did not.
Okay. All right. But at least they didn't think it was just some schmuck fan out there.
At that point, I was very much a schmuck fan.
How did that?
Stop talking.
How did that
You guys keep talking to me.
How did that interaction go with Kendall Salicki from the Flyers from Stateside Live?
I started chanting "Let's go Flyers" with a bunch of random dudes, and that's why I sound like this.
Nice work. Yeah, they brought her on this year. She does a lot, like I said, a rinkside and digital reporter. But
she got a big following.
A lot with the players.
Cool.
Yeah. And I saw her down there. Yeah, man. I keep saying Xfinity Live. Stateside Live was rocking.
Sure was.
Let's go. When can we get a little piece of that pie, man? I'm ready to. You want to paint myself? I'll paint myself orange.
Will you?
If they go to the next round, I'll do a show orange. Everybody was talking about me being blue.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a pretty safe bet.
All right, no, hold up.
Blue.
If they make the Stanley Cup playoffs, I'll paint myself orange. How about that?
I liked what you said before. You'll paint yourself orange if they win the series.
Yeah, because I got them beating the Penguins. So I'm not, they make the Stanley Cup finals.
How about the Eastern Conference Finals?
All right, they make the ECF. That's fair. That's middle. We met middle of the road.
You'll paint yourself orange.
I will paint myself orange and do the show for 4 hours right here. With the Darth Vader mask.
With the... Oh, man. All right, so we have the Flyers, and we'll get to some more texts and voice memos coming up. But the Phillies and like, not that I need a big time pat on the back here.
Oh, here we go.
But we went into the weekend, and I said I would sign up for one win right now. That's how I felt about the series.
Yep.
And it was pretty much what I thought. Honestly, the offense was even worse than I thought it was going to be.
Oh, it's bad, John. It's really bad right now.
They call up Felix Reyes. Poor Otto Kemp gets sent down to the minors. Again, I saw that coming. I can go and visit him in Allentown.
They got
with my shirt.
They got auto zones up there.
They have Otto Kemp. And so Reyes gets called up, first major league at bat, off Chris Sale. He puts one in the seats in right field. It's like, wow, like that's the juice you need.
Yep.
That's what I'm talking about. That's how you turn a season around. Then they don't score another run the rest of the game, and then they limp last night as well. And it's not just the offense, and it's the offense. It's not just the offense. Again, you're getting bad fielding, and like Sean, I know that I've heard athletes say this a lot, that we think that they don't have energy out there, and the response will be, well, you don't think that we have energy. We're just struggling so much. What do you want them out there running around with smiles on their face when they can't score runs and whatever else? But it just feels like does it feel like there's a lack of emotion or there's a negative emotion out there? This just can't be that their offense stinks, is it? Because when teams like this struggle, I said this in 2023 with the Eagles across sports here. When they were losing all those games, I had said over and over and over again, and it was somewhat of an informed opinion because I knew that there was some stuff going on internally that wasn't great. I said that this is more than just X's and O's. There's something internally going on. And then after the season, we found out there was internal stuff going on. Is there internal stuff going on, or is this just baseball where you struggle and the offense goes cold and the lineup's not good enough? What is it? Because to me, this feels like more than just the Jimmies and the Joes.
Yeah. I don't think a new messenger would be a bad thing if you want to get down to it. I think the message is kind of stale, and I need a little bit more from my manager at this point in time. But we know who he is, and we also know that how the Phillies are going to operate with this due to what took place with Joe Girardi. Yo, Topper, if this doesn't get turned around and quick, you're going to be gone. Like, that's just the reality of the situation. But John, I think that this team just isn't good. You know, a friend of mine, my guy Brian, we were texting this morning, and he was the one that was saying that they needed a little bit of a change of the attitude of the message last week. We read his text, and we were going back and forth this morning, and I said, man, the Phillies might not be good. They might be done. He's like, man, we've been done. Like, he wasn't believing that this team was going to all of a sudden hit the reset button and be a different team this year.
Is the team not good and the messenger doesn't change that? Or does this team need a new messenger to get them back to where they need to be?
I think you need to get a reaction. You need to get some attention at this point in time. It's ugly. Now, it's early, too, though. But when do we stop saying – when do we stop qualifying early?
After Memorial Day. That's what it was always with Joe Girardi. It was he'd get to Memorial Day.
Right now, ways away to Memorial Day.
Right now, the Mets have lost 11 in a row. So I don't know if you can wait till Memorial Day if you win 11 games in a row. There's something obviously wrong.
Yeah.
But then again, is like how much of this has to do with Rob Thompson? Because the manager's the manager. He's not up there hitting the ball. He can only do so much.
Okay.
However, let's hear Rob after the game. Here's Rob Thompson after last night's game. They got swept by the Braves at home. Here it is.
Well, I mean, that's what you got to do as a professional. You got to take the emotion out of it. And this isn't football. It's not hockey where emotion can help you. In this sport, over emotion can often hurt you. You got to take it out of it.
No, I
disagree.
I'd like to see it. Give me a sample of that, Rob. Let's go.
I don't need Rob flipping tables or anything like that. I see what you don't need is him being something he's not, because the players will sniff right through that. Be like, all right, he's obviously just doing this. It's not believable. How about some players show some emotion? Right? Like, how about I see some positive emotion, like, hey, we're better than this. Let's go. I don't know what's happening behind the scenes, but I do want emotion.
Yeah.
I want to see an emotion. I want to see an emotional team. I don't want to hear, well, we believe we're going to be fine. Hey, how about some urgency?
Did you see Schwarber slam the helmet down? Was that?
Yeah, they should be pissed.
That's emotion.
You have Schwarber after the game, Ray? Schwarber after the game was talking about they still think they're good and all this other stuff, because you had said that your buddy's like, I don't think they're good.
Yeah.
Well, if they're not good, changing the manager's not going to matter. Like, I mean, it's possible they're not good. It is possible. It's possible that they're just not good.
They're not good right now.
That's for sure. But if Garcia went 3 for 3 strikeouts last night, Nobody on the bottom of the order is hitting. JT's hurt. Marchand doesn't look like a major leaguer at the plate, certainly as a batter. Who else? Stott, Bohm, everybody else. And it's not like your top three hitters are doing anything special. They've been okay.
Yeah.
But nobody else is hitting.
And that's kind of where I'm at. I'm like,
That's a Dombrowski thing. He was, oh my God, the lack of urgency for Dombrowski. We have a good club. We're not going to do any, we have a good club.
We have a good
content.
club.
Content.
He said it, he used the word content.
Use that word, man. That's when the bullseye gets put on your back. Again, the Phillies, 5 in a row, losers, 8-13, tied for their worst 21-game start to a season since 2000. They have lost 9 of 11. We can go down the list. Like, they are bad. This is a bad club.
Bad team. Don't they have the worst differential now in baseball? Or is it just the second? Because after Thursday night, whatever, at one point they had the second worst.
Mm-hmm.
And then, not scoring runs over the weekend doesn't help you.
And, oh, by the way, it's the third easiest strength of schedule in Major League Baseball thus far. So these are games that you need to win, home games as well.
So you think about this. Now they've lost 4 series this year. Last year at home. They lost 3 series all year last year at home. They've already topped that at 4. They got swept by the Braves. And like, you look at the competitiveness of the series, you get Reyes that comes out, hits the home run. They gave you every reason to give that lineup and that team energy with the Reyes home run. They didn't score the rest of the game. They're so uncompetitive right now. It's unbelievable. Losing games is losing games. Duran's now on the
Out of
injured
nowhere.
list.
That was not good to see on Saturday. Hit the timeline. I said, wait a minute, what? Yeah, it's a tough spot right now for the Phillies, but they got to weather the storm and find a way to win a ball game. And I know nobody wants to hear that, but that's the reality where we're at. You're not going to see a change. There's no new players coming. Obviously, they did dial up somebody to come up on Saturday. He delivered. But other than that, I don't see other calls happening to the farm system, and you're not going to remove the manager either. So they got to figure it out.
Phillies had the worst run differential in baseball, -38. The Braves are +57. The Braves just came in here. I'm telling you, I did not feel good about that series at all.
Not a
Braves
good
are
call by
playing well.
me, John. Not a good call by me, that's
did
for
you-
sure. I said 2 or 3. The Phillies are going to figure it out, find a way to win a couple games.
The question is now, when do they figure it out?
Well, is it tonight versus the Cubs, a team that they obviously just went up against? You got Nola on the mound. It's -105 underdog to -115 for the Cubbies here. But Cubbies just took, I think, did they sweep the Mets? I think they did sweep
Yeah, because the Mets haven't won.
Correct.
Perfect spot for them. Honestly, for the Phillies to get off the schneid, this would be a good spot where they're coming in. They're coming from New York. They're like, man, we're killing everybody. We're great.
Get on the road.
Yep.
Get on the road, yep.
Get out of Citizens Bank Park.
That Chicago series was at home for the Cubbies. So
Oh, it was.
Yeah.
It wasn't in New York.
So, but the fact that the Phillies are going on the road, I think, is a good thing at this point in time.
5 straight losses.
Just got to find a way to win, man. You really do.
All right, let's hit the phones. We have Ish calling from Levittown. Good morning, Ish. What's up?
Hey, John and Sean, how are you?
Hi, Ish.
Hi. I just want to say I enjoy your show. Y'all bring a lot of good perspective to the talking point of a lot.
Thank you.
I want to talk about the Flyers. The Phillies, I'm so sorry. I just think they're not going to go to the playoffs. This whole series, the last 2 series, has been really bad. And I just don't see any type of hope. And with the Flyers, I feel like they can go to Eastern Conference Championship at this point. Good goaltending. Porter Martone came in, and he's done a lot of good things. And I feel real optimistic about what can happen. And is Ray there? I heard he lost his voice while he was yelling at the little TV watching the Flyers game.
Yeah,
Ray.
You got thorough food for your throat, Ray. Can you talk, Raymond? I heard you can't talk. You lost your voice, Ray.
He's got you there, Ray. He's got you there.
Raymond.
Doctor's
Ray,
orders.
you still there, Ray?
Yeah, he's here, Ish. Thank you. So where do you go from here? This is scary. I've lost my voice like that one time from yelling.
Mm-hmm.
I've had other incidents where I got sick and I lost the voice and I tried to grind through it and I made it worse.
Okay.
But to me, listening to his voice, what do you think? Thursday before he's back to normal? Wednesday?
Again, like the Phillies, you got to fight through it. You got to find a way to win, man. I think he'll be fine tomorrow.
Really?
Now, doing shows with me for years, Mondays were my mortal enemy. Yeah. When I used to go to every Eagles home game, and I didn't miss for a couple of years, Mondays were always rough. And it just
and it just wasn't the home game you were going to.
no.
It was the rest of the weekend.
It's the tailgate.
We worked on Saturday.
Yeah, it's everything. So when Saturday was over, it was balls to the wall.
Yeah,
And Monday, I'm like, hey, what's up, guys?
And you were older than Ray. Ray turns 26 tomorrow. It's his birthday.
Yeah, I was. Had you by a couple of years, but I get it. And you know,
A little bit older. But I had to tell Sean, like, listen, you gotta get some rest sometime.
yeah,
Can't be doing this all the time.
I think we should say that to Ray too.
Ray was at 2 Phillies games and Stateside Live. Yeah, or 3 Phillies games. Just 2.
He hasn't missed one. Maybe it's him. Stay home.
I wasn't there Friday. Don't you put that on
No,
me,
and
Ricky
he-
Poppy.
Stop going to these games, Ray.
Yeah,
Stay
I agree.
home.
I agree. It's definitely Ray. But yeah, we'll hit up some voice texts, some text messages on the Davis Honda text line and some phone calls 610-632-0975.
And back to Ish's call about the ECF. Currently, right now, Flyers are plus 1,300 to get there. They have 5 teams in front of them. Senators, Montreal Canadiens, who took game 1. Sabres plus 475 also took game 1. Lightning and Carolina Hurricanes. So a couple teams in front of them. And again, John, I keep yelling it from the mountaintops. Money to be made on the orange and the black, baby.
Yeah, I put $10 on them.
There you go.
Them going to winning the Eastern Conference.
There you go.
Plus 240.
We all ponied up on Saturday when we were all out. I was DJing, so a bunch of people came through.
Plus 24.
I appreciate that. And on Saturday, about 7:45, 7:50, everybody's like, "Oh, we got to bet them." Yeah, you think? So everybody cashed in nice on game 1.
Yeah, I'm seeing BetParks have minus 152 tonight on the Penguins, plus 128. So that has shifted a little bit since it opened. But right now, the Flyers, the same bet that I did, are now plus 1,300. They were plus 2,400 just a couple days ago.
Sheesh.
How about that?
Getting everybody's attention right now.
All right, coming up, do we really have new A.J. Brown news? We'll do that at 11 o'clock because there is new A.J. Brown news, but it's not really new A.J. Brown news. We'll discuss. We have voice memos. We have phone calls coming up next at 610-632-0975. The Sixers did lose. Did we even mention that already? The Sixers lost. That's coming up next. Sean is not painted blue today. That's notable.
So here we go again.
Middays with Marks, 97.5. Brace. Ray's kind of here. He's here in. I guess you're here in mind, but not. What's the
Whether
line?
you like it or not.
He's here in body, but in spirit, but not voice.
That's it. He's playing the Flyers anthem, though, John Marks. Are you aware of this?
No.
This is Olivia Dean. This is a good tune. A little soft for my liking from the Flyers anthem purposes, but hey, I am not
smooth.
here. Yeah, it's a great song. She's a fantastic talent. I think she's from across the pond some way, somehow. I don't know where.
It's a throwback.
Yeah,
Sounds like an old school.
She's got a couple good tunes, but I need a little more juice. I'm like the Mac Miller Knock Knock. That was always a good thing. The Boyles Wake Up Philadelphia. This is very calm.
So did the players decide this was the anthem? All right, well, it's them.
Yes.
They had to decide it.
No doubt.
Younger guys, a lot of younger guys.
This is not for me to change at all. I love it. I hope we hear this song a million times from now until next year, like Dancing on My Own. I really do. I hope that's what we're dealing with right now.
Did you like Dancing on My Own?
Love Dancing on My Own.
Did it go 1 year too far?
Maybe. Can I tell you a story about Dancing on My Own?
Sure.
The Super Bowl for the Eagles and the Kansas City Chiefs when they were up at halftime in the first one, and I was at a party with my buddy Collins, and at halftime, we all were buzzing. Like, we're not losing this game. We're going to be Super Bowl champions. I got goosebumps just thinking about it. And I played Dancing on My Own, and a girl started crying. No way. I love this song. The vibes were immaculate. We're going to win the Super Bowl. What happened in that second half, John? What happened?
How do you play that after the Phillies lost?
Because I had, just playing quick hits during halftime.
In the moment, you thought that people would like it.
Who was that halftime show? Was that Rihanna? No, she wasn't. Who was our halftime show in that one? Anyways, so we weren't really watching that. And I was playing some tunes, keeping the party going at halftime. And I hit Dancing on My Own, and this girl,
I'm sure
Niagara Falls. Yeah, the emotions were high.
All right, let's get a memo. Let's get a voice memo on the Davis Honda text line. This is on the Flyers.
This is John C. in Tennessee. I work for the post office and maintenance. What a great game Saturday. The Flyers did exactly what they needed to do. They stood up to the bullies. They played tough, but they also skated fast and hard, which if this goes 6 or 7 games, it's going to show on those old-timers' legs. Unlike everybody else in Philly, I'm so proud. Flyers in 5. Go Fly, guys.
Ooh, now I said 6.
Yeah.
5?
Absolutely. Oh, yeah. I think you definitely need to bump that down now. We'll see. And even if I'm not even going to put that out there. Not even saying that those words are not coming out of my mouth, so I apologize for even thinking it. However, yeah, man, again, this is what it's all about being a fan. I'm proud of this team. I'm proud of this organization to bounce back and go on this run. And I'm going to say regardless of whatever happens, it's been awesome to tune in and be rewarded. That's it. Point blank, end the story. This is why we do what we do. Let's go.
Let's get it. Let's get the Sixers-Phillies one.
The delivery driver, Acco, New Jersey. These Phillies and these Sixers doing the same thing over and over and over again and expecting a different result is freaking insanity. What are we going to do? I can't take it anymore.
Yeah.
Well, to discuss the Sixers, they lost 123-91. It was not competitive very early. We were on the text chain. I was under the weather yesterday. I was watching in bed. And, yes, I may have fallen asleep in the second quarter, in the third quarter, in the fourth quarter. It was bad. And you know what? It played out exactly how I thought it would. Paul George would kind of be Maxey wouldn't look great. Edgecombe would look like a rookie. And he's not scared out there or anything like that. This team's not good enough. The Celtics are one of the 3-4 teams in the NBA that can win a title. Period. Like, not even they're a good team, they're contenders. No. These are one of the teams that could win a title. And the Sixers are not a team that can win a title or come close, especially without Joel Embiid. So, this ain't going to be ugly. This ain't going to be good.
No, it's not going to be good. They were 12.5-point underdogs, and I think it was 8-6, and that was the only time that it was somewhat competitive, and that was it. I guess I would start with Paul George, and to that caller's point, it's like we need changes. Paul George, 8 attempts is unacceptable. It's unacceptable. You are now depending on a rookie in his first bleeping playoff game to stand and deliver. And that's unfair to VJ Edgecombe, and I think the world of the kid. I thought Maxey was out there grinding, trying his all, but you can only do so much. Paul George needs to do more. 8 shot attempts is not enough, and it's unacceptable. Nick Nurse, what are we doing? I don't think the Boston Celtics – here's the scary part. Boston didn't play a good game. They missed
and they
a
still
lot
won
of
by 32 points.
Yes, they missed a lot of shots, which is scary. So this, my prediction before the game started, 121 to 100, I think I said, and it was 123 to 91. So I was pretty spot on with Boston's perspective, but really just underwhelming performance from the Sixers.
All right, let's get a Davis Honda voice memo on the Sixers. Go.
What's going on, guys? Sean Bernard from Crossing Broad and DraftKings Network here, and a brutal start to this Sixers versus Celtics series that you just got to take on the chin. But my number one takeaway from Game 1 is that the talent gap is not as significant as the coaching gap in these teams, and I do hope that the Sixers organization is fully aware of that. Massively disappointed in the Nick Nurse experience to this point, and certainly in Game 1 of that matchup right here. Now, obviously, we will see if it is even worth having the conversation about could Joel Embiid return, but I did hear a little birdie tell me that he may or may not have been in the gym doing some light basketball activities. So we'll leave on that as a little bit of a positive there. Peace.
All right, Sean.
Yeah, I love my guy Sean Bernard, but I have to put the mask on. If you're trying to sell me anything positive for this team, I am out.
Sean's wearing the Darth Vader mask.
I am out.
For Dan Vladar.
I can't believe that Sean Bernard even has the coyones to get. Thank you. Hit me with the march to even pitch me something positive. And they could even bring back Joel.
He's not going to be back.
No,
They're
he's
not going to be around long enough. I saw some story yesterday, and it was more of a headline thing that was like, concerning update emerges on Embiid, and I'm like, oh my God, what now? And I go to the article, it's just saying that he's probably not going to be able to play in the series. Like, duh. Yeah, duh. No kidding. He had surgery, 11 days ago or something like that? Yeah, he's not likely to be back. I don't want to hear late basketball activities. I don't want to hear any of that. By the way, Sean Bernard, if you even made it to really disappointed in Nick Nurse or like the coaching disparity between Missoula and Nick Nurse, like, come on, man. What are we talking about? That's what you're worried about watching that game was the coaching? Yeah, Nick Nurse is going to be gone. See ya. The Sixers know that. Hopefully everybody's going to be gone.
Yeah, that's what we need.
Across the board.
Yeah, we need a fresh new approach, and I think that that's the one good thing that will come from a complete, domination, one-sided, is that there will only be one choice to make. The unfortunate part, though, is that we do have an owner that I don't know how involved he is. I don't know what's going on in his world. And not making life easier either. Let's just put it that way. But we'll see what's written, what's covered.
I was curious to see him at the game yesterday. I haven't seen him in a while.
Yeah, and then he shows up front row with a gentleman. Again, we're talking about facts here. Howard Lutnick, who has made a huge impact with what he's got going on in this world. Now, he is in our government, and he hasn't had an opportunity to speak on his relationship with Jeffrey Epstein. And when he did, John, he lied. He got caught lying, point blank in the story. Those are facts. Josh Harris's name was in the Epstein files. There was 2 releases. He only released a statement from his spokesperson. They came out, and that's the only time we ever heard from Josh Harris. And that's been satisfactory for a lot of people. And then yesterday, I tune in and I see my owner on the sideline next to him, and they were together. And I'm disgusted. I'm frustrated. It upset me, and we need answers. He needs to step to a microphone, man. It's being acceptable, and it's not. It should not be acceptable. Step to a microphone and tell us what is really happening, what you know, and then this way we can all go about our business.
Yeah, that's not going to happen.
He's an owner of our franchise. And, oh, by the way, the Commanders in the NFL, and I believe still involved with the NHL with the Devils.
Yeah, he owns the Devils. Yep.
He needs to step to a microphone.
Here's what he needs to do. Not sit next to that guy on national TV in the first row. It's stupid. I mean, literally, like, is there anything could you have done anything more dumb than do that yesterday? First of all, your team's going to get smashed. Normally you show up when you think your team's going to be good, and you're sitting next to that guy. All right, coming up, is the latest on A.J. Brown really new news? Is it news? Because there's news on A.J. Brown, Sean, but is it news?
Yeah.
Is it new news? Is it news? That, more Sixers, more Flyers, that's coming up next. Middays with Marks 97.5. Hey, let's talk about my hair for a second. Morgenstern Hair Restoration. If you're relying on maybe some shampoos or some sprays that you found on a Facebook ad or something like that, and you're saying, you know what, this isn't really working. Well, because it's not. Let me tell you something that does work. Morgenstern Hair. I had a hair restoration procedure with them, but it's not just about the transplant that I had. All phases of hair loss. You could be starting to go bald. You could be like where you're just not happy. It's like you're thinning, and you look at your driver's license picture from your last driver's license picture, and you're like, wow, I've really lost my hair. you can stop hair loss in its tracks, and that's why you go to Morgenstern Hair Restoration. Most experience and most success when it comes to hair loss. They've been doing it over 30 years. It's the same team, the Morgenstern Hair team. It's the same team that did all of my work, and I still see them yearly. I go back in for maintenance of my hair. If you watch on YouTube or you go to my social media pages, you'll see the hair is looking fine. 610-831-HAIR. 610-831-HAIR. The website, morgensternhair.com. That's Morgan with an E, morgensternhair.com.
We on a war tour with Muhammad, my man. Going each and every place with the mic.
All right, we're back. It is Middays with Marks. John Marks, Sean Brace. Ray's kind of here. His voice is gone.
Hi, Raymond.
Yeah. He's going to communicate with the drop board. Yep. That's how his voice sounds right now.
Of that robo sound. Yucky. Oh, Ray.
So Ray will maybe one or two more times he'll let us know how bad his voice is. Like right now.
Damn it.
How you doing, Ray? How's the voice?
Good.
And that's him. He can't do better than that.
Well, Ray, give me your thoughts on the Flyers tonight. You like their chances going up to Pittsburgh and winning Game 2?
Love it.
Yep.
He's not even.
Yeah,
not gonna try.
Yeah, we're gonna. He's drinking tea and honey.
Oh,
and
yeah.
everything else in there.
He's drinking all right.
See, it's we get. Yeah, that's the other thing. It's just not you screaming. It's the cigarettes. It's the booze. It's everything.
It does sound like I smoked a pack a day for a long time.
Yes. Well, you take it easy in there, all right? Hopefully, we get you back tomorrow. But Ray's still here. Dutsy's doing the updates. Dutz is back there. Negative Nate Tennyson, associate producer.
His fingers
Negative
work, right?
Nate. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, all right,
Yeah, he runs a tight board.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
You're doing all right in there.
Okay.
There it is.
Yeah.
All right. So we have Sixers. We have Flyers. We have we have Phillies who stink. They got swept. Thank God for the Flyers, man. Do you imagine?
It would be a dreary Monday, especially with the cold coming back into our lives. Like, man, it was just yesterday was a little tough with the rain, and then Saturday night, man, it got cold quick. Everything was nice and warm. I'm in shorts. I'm out, and then all of a sudden, next thing you know, I'm like, can I borrow a sweatshirt? It was freezing at night.
Yep.
But it's gonna be cold for the next two. So yeah, it'd be a tough day, to say the least, if we didn't have the Flyers.
All right, so we didn't mention this in the first hour, so I don't want to hear it from you people. But is it news or isn't it news? You be the judge of that. Adam Schefter, the Eagles remain open to trading A.J. Brown. The Patriots remain highly interested in acquiring the star receiver, and conversations are expected to resume shortly on or before June 1st, likely culminating in a deal per league sources. As one source said about the Patriots' pursuit of Brown, they'll, quote, definitely be engaging them. A trade to New England is now considered likely. So here's what happens. It's Monday morning. It's the week of the draft. He needs to tweet something. He needs to put some type of NFL nugget out there. Is there anything else?
Oh, yeah.
There's not really anything else, right?
Well, I would say I think
you had a trade over the weekend with the Giants. That's the defensive tackle.
Yeah, I no. Okay, so you're talking from Schefter's perspective. I do believe that this is news, not just because Adam Schefter says it and everybody's running with it, but the Eagles are one of 20 teams kicking off their voluntary offseason workout program today. And I guess the people are saying that he will be not in attendance for these voluntary workouts.
I think that's safe to say.
Yeah. So I think that adds another chapter to the story, and that's why it's news today, because now you're going to have players in that locker room have to answer for this when they talk to the media, right? That's going to be a question about AJ. So, again, we know how it works. Nothing new here, but at the end of the day, I do believe that there's a lot of smoke, John. And
so I had Brendan Petrilli of our promotions department. He had said, like, shortly right before we came on for the show, and he had said, it's really weird with AJ. Is there nobody that's going to call him out for essentially demanding a trade off a team that has won Super Bowl and been to Super Bowls and been successful? Are the Eagles just going to trade him and everybody's going to wave and say, "See you, AJ, love you, man, good times"? When has this happened before? And like even me, I'm guilty of it. I just want AJ to be happy. So do you. Ray doesn't want to trade him, but he wants to be traded, and it just seems like seriously. Isn't the organization essentially co-signing that Jalen Hurts is the problem by the way they've treated A.J. Brown and they've honored A.J. Brown? The owner was giving him hugs and told him not to apologize. There's not been a negative tone about him at all. Even the hit pieces or the quote-unquote hit pieces or the articles that came out, there was nothing A.J. Brown was a negative influence. There's no expose on A.J. Brown and how he again ruined the team and all this other stuff. You've heard boo about A.J. Brown, except that this whole trade stuff, and he could be traded. It's just very interesting that fans are reacting the way they want to react.
I agree, and I put myself in that category because I am a fan, number one, and I'm just like, okay, now I've reached my breaking point. It was about a week ago that I said, all right, I'm done with AJ. Like, just go. Trade him. Get him out of here, because the more that this goes on, the more aggravating it is from my perspective. Now, maybe Eagles fans out there would be like, very appreciative of the success that he had. John, he is literally Ray's number one receiver in franchise history. I don't know about
On
you.
his top 5 receiver, all-time receiver.
All-time receiver for the Philadelphia Eagles. So, like,
and that means something.
Yeah, it should. It should. Not just because it's Ray Dunn, but because he's talked about in that
Who's
manner.
number 2? I forget.
Who's number 2 for you? Come on, Ray.
Sean? T.O.?
Yeah, let's go. I don't even know.
All right, no, stop.
Rasheed Bailey? Where are we going? Come on.
Jalen Raker, man.
Tyler Fulgham?
He literally can't.
All right. But you understand. Well, Alshon Jeffrey, who made the news the other day, too, as well.
Scam.
No, and that's where we're at. Like I said, I'm frustrated because now it's hit the breaking point for me. Going back to last year, I hated the vibes after we just won the Super Bowl. And one of the big reasons why the vibes were down was because of A.J. Brown. That's my opinion. You want to disagree with that? That's fine. Love to hear your take on it. However, the cryptic posts, the giving up on plays, the dropping of the passes when he had opportunities to make plays. Like, AJ was a great receiver, but man, he isn't.
No, but you can't have that. And you can't have that again this year. And you'd have to believe that wouldn't happen. And there's no reason to believe that wouldn't happen again this year. There just isn't.
Correct.
And I know that, like, see, here's the pitch that I've been getting, and this is the pitch you give me after you can't trade him because you won't get a team that gives you enough for him, which is new offensive coordinator. Jalen's going to be better as a passer. AJ's going to be happier because it's not the Jalen Hurts offense where they just want to run the ball. Like, no, this is really going to open things up for him, and he should have a better year, and there should be better quarterback. That's the pitch you make to me after you can't trade him and you have to keep him. You can't bring him back. You can't bring him back when you're going to have these problems. It's just weird how he's almost being like that. People are like, yeah, you're right, AJ. This is why we have to trade you.
Yeah,
he's the problem. That's why we have to trade you. Sorry, we just have to make sure we get what you want. No one says a bad word about him. And who's the last person to say a bad word about AJ?
We did have a caller one time, but other than that,
but on the team or through sources or through news stories or anything like that, anybody?
He's liked. He's a captain.
He's beloved in the organization, is what people say.
He's a captain.
Yep.
But this is, like, doesn't this change? Is this not the breaking point for everybody? Like, dude, either you're with us or you're against us. A.J. Brown is clearly against us. That's it. Time to move on. And the fact that we have to wait to June 1, if that's the case, we have to wait another month plus? Oh.
Yeah, a month and a half.
I can't do it.
Until it actually happens. We're going to have to. All right, here's Schefter on Get Up.
Where the New England Patriots and the Philadelphia Eagles, the two sides have not committed to a deal, but they are likely to make that happen post June 1. A.J. Brown would like to be traded. The Philadelphia Eagles are
all
open.
Right, I don't.
Thank you, Shefty.
I can't. Yeah, the same report I've had for the last 2 months. I mean, at least I'm putting an actual percentage on it. Yeah. I went 98%.
Okay, so I'm changing my percentage.
What you got?
For the first time in 2-3 weeks now. Oh, I'm above 90. I'll go to 95.
I'm 99%.
I'm 95. I'm going to hold off. 95%. He's gone.
Yep. All right. There you go. So here's what I'm looking for on the Davis Honda text line, the voice memo Davis Honda text line, and the phone line, 610-632-0975. We have some Sixers. We have some Flyers coming up on the phones. I need the AJ trade truthers. It's time. And, you'll have the rest of this week to kind of – it's going to get lost in the Sixers and the Flyers playoffs. But as we sit here right now, he's getting traded. So this idea that he's not being traded and we're all making it up and everything else, like, it's time to realize that it's actually happening. Ray doesn't want it to happen, but he's been over 90% for a couple of weeks now.
Yeah, he has.
So they 100 – like, it's about as close to 100% as it's been. Because you know why? There hasn't been any information that came out that says, you know what, there isn't momentum to this trade happening. Maybe the Patriots are rethinking it. Because that could have always been the case. Depending on what happened. Maybe AJ said something in the media to make them be like, I don't know. Maybe AJ had an injury or something like that, or more information was disclosed. Even this Rossini stuff hasn't stopped any momentum for a trade. So anything that you've heard, there's been no negative this isn't happening. It's just been everybody keeps saying the same thing because it is happening.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's go to Dantes in Bethlehem. Wants to talk to Sixers. What's up, Dantes?
Oh, guys, thank you for having me on the air. Oh, it's so depressing. It just hurts. It hurts my soul, man.
Mm-hmm.
It hurts my soul. I mean, we're setting records for the Celtics. Biggest defeat in the first-round playoff series. Ugh. I mean, guys, I really legit said this. I would have rather not made the playoffs this year. And I hate to be pessimistic about it, but the reality is you guys said it yourselves. They're going to blow this thing up. VJ Max is our future. Unfortunately, you know, we can't rely on Embiid, and I feel bad for the man. He just can't stay healthy. But at the same time, you know, I want to root for a team, guys, that wants to play 82 games.
Yeah.
As a fan, I want that. I want that so desperately. You know, like, and I think we have the core to do it. But, you know, two things I hate most in life, being a Sixer fan, losing to the Celtics, especially in this fashion, and when the stadium is full of orange and blue, you know? Man, those Knicks, man, they fill our stadium. And,
we don't have to, Dantes, we don't have to worry about that.
Thank God. Yeah, we don't have to see that this year.
Like, he says he thinks they have the core to do it. You do?
Got two pieces, two good guards.
So if Embiid is traded, I don't know what they get for him. Maybe it's something that helps you next year. What are we talking about? Maybe they make the playoffs? Maybe they make a play-in?
There's a lot of bad
Like this
teams
year?
in NBA. Yeah, I really don't think like it could be much worse than what we're seeing right now. I really do believe that. And it's just time, John. It's just time. Like, we all need to come to the realization that Joel Embiid, in his great career with the 76ers, has never made the Eastern Conference Finals. Why do you all of a sudden think that now he will be able to do it? Why do you believe that next year will be the year? Or if he goes to another place, he's going to do it for them?
Because it's better than not having him. And
It's just-
at least with him, there is, even if it's a 2% chance.
We got to start over.
No, I agree with you. But and the only reason the Sixers wouldn't do it is if Daryl Morey is in charge and he says, hey, they're giving me another year. He's not going to get rid of Embiid.
No, he's tied to
He's
Embiid
tied
with
to
that
him.
contract.
Right.
Look, I could even see a guy like Bob Myers being, you know, the Embiid tease, seeing Embiid and being like, wow, that's unbelievable.
Because here's the thing, and I don't know I honestly don't know if it is Bob Myers or if it's somebody else that takes over. I don't know what they're going to think because maybe they're not willing to take next to nothing for Embiid. Maybe they can't move Embiid's contract. I think you'd be able to.
Yeah, you know, Bobby Marks joined us, your cousin. He joined us.
The tease, the Embiid tease.
Yeah, he knows what he's talking about. He said you could move that contract.
Sure. Like, you tell me the Sacramento Kings wouldn't want an Embiid even if he plays 60 games. Yeah. But if you don't have Embiid, and I think what you saw, like, by the way, the team that I had a lot of people tell me, oh, without Embiid, you can still win with Paul George and Maxine Edgecombe. You lost by 32 points.
I once told you that this year, no doubt, but I changed my tune quickly after you had the opportunity to see those three guys out there. Very few games, but no, it's just you got two really good. Tyrese Maxey had a great year. Had an incredible year. He's going to be an all-pro. Nobody said that this year. Nobody said Tyrese Maxey is going to be an all-pro. So you got two really good pieces. That's it.
So is there Schefter audio that says AJ wants to be traded? Is he fun? No? I'm just looking up on the board right now. He, because that was always the thing where it's like, well, does he want to be traded? And Schefter would always, just on with the guys in the morning, would say, oh, well, I think he would prefer. And it drove me nuts because I'd say, just say that he wants to be traded. Why can't you just say it? Well, I think all else being equal, like, yeah, well, it's no mistake that AJ, you know, he wasn't happy last year, and you can speculate why he's not happy last year. Nobody wants to say that AJ Brown wants to be traded. Here's Adam Schefter.
AJ Brown would like to be traded.
It's the first time he's actually said
There it is.
Duh.
Lock it in. Give me the horn on that one. Come on.
So, yeah, we need more horn today.
Nice.
A texter on the Davis Honda text line says, when did A.J. Brown say that he wanted to be traded?
There you go.
Oh, you know what? He's right. Never mind. He's not going to be traded.
Well, I think you just flipped that to the texter. It's like, okay, Howie Roseman had the opportunity to put cold water on this. And he said, A.J. Brown's an Eagle. And he didn't answer.
Get it done.
Well, A.J. could also, and I'm
A.J. could speak out too.
But I'm honestly, I can't do this part of it anymore. I can't act like that this is actually still a discussion. I can't, unless somebody adds new information. If someone wanted to say, here's why I think you're wrong and here's why he's not going to get traded, I'm open to that conversation. But, I mean, how many times can we say that being given the opportunity to clear things up, no one's done anything to do that.
Now it's about the wide receiver room. And remember that Spadero article that I brought to your attention on Friday where he said, oh, it's a great spot right now. Well, you remove A.J. Brown from the equation. Now what are we looking at?
Let's go to Steve. Steve's in Kennett Square. Give Steve the horn. Steve in Kennett Square. Give it to him. Stevie!
I smell those mushrooms. I can smell you all the way over here.
Do you remember the Mushroom Man?
Oh, yeah.
Steve.
Yes.
Hey, buddy.
How you doing?
Good.
Great.
Thanks for taking my call. I'm going to say something that's going to upset a lot of Flyers fans. One of the reasons why they won the game on Saturday is because they're basically playing a variation of the neutral zone trap, and that's what they are able to shut the Penguins down.
The what trap? Wait,
neutral zone trap.
The neutral zone trap.
We were just talking about it last break.
Actually, we had the whiteboard. We were breaking it down.
We used to, like they used to curse the Devils for doing and the Red Wings for doing, and there was a variation on that.
Okay.
So,
okay. Well, they are, Steve. They are. What I've learned about the Flyers is Rick Tocchet was defense first. He stressed defense first as a defensive team. Yep.
Absolutely. That's why they were able to win the game on Saturday. And the Penguins, what they're going to have to do, what they're going to have to try and do, is do a lot of dump and chase, and then it becomes behind the net, in the corners, along the boards, kind of game. And the question is whether the Flyers' speed can make up for that.
Will it make up, Steve? Are you still picking the Flyers to win the series?
I absolutely believe. But that's what it's going to come down to. It's going to be a totally different kind of game tonight than it was on Saturday.
All right, Steve. I appreciate it, buddy.
I love a good dump and chase strategy talk. No, I'm not. We're having fun here.
So back in the day, when you were able to clutch and grab when they didn't call it, the Devils used to go up 1-0 in a game with Marty Brodeur, and then the game would be over.
Yeah,
because then they wouldn't even care about doing anything. They would just clutch and grab, and dump and
clutch
chase.
And grab type of guy. Yeah,
definitely.
Huge. Yeah, but the dump and chase is a strategy that I'm very aware of. However, the neutral zone. Follow one more time. That Steve said.
I forget what he said. Neutral zone something.
Hey, look, I love that's. I like that.
I'm being educated.
Absolutely. And then when you were doing the show with Martinez, nobody better than that. Of course,
the
we
cliches
get
he was rolling out.
Oh, yeah. We got Hartnell on the show.
And tonight on the post game, guess who's joining me? I think Jason's going to be doing it again, but he has some other stuff that's going on.
Okay.
How about that Bill Colarulo? Bill. How about that?
Is he back? He's back from Disney.
He's actually on our text line right now.
Okay.
Remember we talked about this when we started using the hockey horn? I said, really, it's the afternoon shows. It's unfiltered. But then I brought up how he stole the bump, bump, a bum, and he was using the Tony Bruno bump, bump, a bum from The Price is Right.
Okay.
Because he had no context of Tony using it. But it still always was a little bit fugazi to me that it was used.
Yes.
So being that he has already stolen other people's sound drops,
okay,
we're taking the horn.
Everything's up for grabs.
Everything's up for grabs in the playoffs. Regular season, he can go back to the horn next year.
Yeah.
I only need it for the playoffs.
His horn. He's the only one hitting the horn for hockey.
He sent us a cease and desist via text. Yes, he did.
All right, so I get it. The horn is... He did put his little tweak on it in the Van Halen. I will give him that.
We can just cut it before the Van Halen because it's a hockey horn. You didn't come up with the idea of a hockey horn, Bill. I will say this though, and he deserves it. And I'll go mornings too. I'll go Kincade and Salciunas. These guys have talked hockey all year. Not like us. We haven't talked hockey really all year at all. But Bill made sure that he did Flyers pretty much after every game. He made sure, even if it was 3 or 4 minutes, that him and Ricky's the same thing.
Okay.
They devoted Flyers coverage to their show every day. So I give them a lot of credit for that.
Yeah. No, we mentioned them a few times in the weekend watch as far as on Fridays.
Yeah, they were mentioned.
Yeah. Other than that, we didn't really break down the games.
Yeah, I'm not going to pretend at this point. All right, 610-632-0975.
Tune in tonight's postgame, John Mark.
I'm not going to pretend that I was on top of everything during the season.
I know.
But now, look out.
Look at me. I got a Darth Vader mask. I spent $110 at Rally House yesterday. I'm all flyered up. Can Rally House? Hey, look, Rally House. I think you might need to stock up on some orange and black.
A lot of people coming in looking for it. Darth Brace over here. Why is it not working? Sean has the Darth Vader mask on for Dan Vladar.
Oh, yeah, Johnny. I'm all flyered up. Let's go. That's where it starts and ends with the goalie. The goalie, it's all about if you have a hot goalie at this point in time, John.
That sounds horrible.
Yeah, no.
Post-game show tonight after the game right here on 97.5 The Fanatic with me and Bill. Your phone calls coming up as well, so don't go anywhere. Do you expect this team is going to win? I don't know how you couldn't. Who's going to call in and say no unless they're a Penguin fan? That's coming up next. Middays with Marks, 97.5.
Now on 97.5 The Fanatic Sports Update.
The latest on A.J. Brown. I'm Brandon Dutz, and Adam Schefter reported this morning that a trade for the star wideout seems more likely post-June 1st with the
Man, this is like a chill vibe. Wait, don't we need some heavy metal music here? Some rock music, some Van Halen? Come on, we got the Flyers tonight, Ray. I know that we're trying to work our way out of the hole that we're in right now. Your voice, my body. I might have used the bathroom yesterday 40 times.
Ooh.
And lucky. It might only be a small exaggeration, but not much. It has not been fun. Luckily, I'm not throwing up, but I do have, and Sean, you're likely to get this.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah. My daughter had the flu, and it was more GI than anything. She had the fever, and then she's just like, she was sick 3 days in a row and then didn't throw up, and then threw up the fifth day, which is weird. But anyway, I'm hoping that's not me. I haven't thrown up yet. I feel like I'm going to.
Oh, yeah. Really?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, for the last 24 hours. But I feel good that I'm here.
Good. Yeah,
I feel good.
You got to work it out, right? You got to keep the juices going.
Keep the juices going.
Because when you stay home and you're sick, like then you're laying around, I think it's the worst case. So if you can move around, I think that's the best thing for you.
I'm moving around.
Yeah.
I'm feeling good.
Good.
I'm drinking energy drinks. I have Tylenol cold and sinus that I took. So I'm good.
The question I have, though, John, is what happens at noon with the news at noon with Ray Dunn?
Good point. So the rest of the show today, Steve Levy is going to join us at 1 o'clock. And that's not the former NBC 10 reporter, Steve Levy. It's the hockey play-by-play. Yeah, I'm kidding by saying that, but there used to be a local Steve Levy that was Channel 10.
How about that? And
one time there was this guy, I wonder how many people remember, but he was like some kind of a weird stalker of Steve Levy. And when he was leaving the courthouse, they asked him for a comment, and he said, I love Paris. I love Steve Levy. I love Steve Levy and Paris in the summertime. That's what he said.
How about that?
It is not that Steve Levy, the longtime NHL, ESPN
legendary
legend.
He did Monday Night Football. He's done college football. He's done it all, John.
And he's a hockey guy at heart.
He is a hockey guy.
But the news at noon, because Ray can't talk today. So what are we going to do?
It's a good question. I think that I might have to step in here and maybe set Ray up. Do we like that?
Yeah, you're going to have to do it.
Okay.
We have the audio. Ray, I mean, I'm not saying he was planning to go on the air, but I think he was hoping to go on the air probably by the time he set this up last night. We have news at noon audio.
Yep. Some good stuff, too.
We do have good stuff.
So when you set me up at 11:55 as we head to that break, I'll let you know what we have coming up at the News and Noon.
News and Noon with Sean Brace.
With Sean Brace.
And Ray's just going to fire the sound.
I like it.
And nod.
Yeah.
And use the drop. Yes, use the drop. Use the drop board, Ray. Jamie Lynch, they used to call him Silent Bro.
Irritating.
All right, so you're Silent Ray.
Silent Ray today.
Yeah. All right, let's go to Paul. Paul is in Northeast Philly. Paul, go ahead. What's up?
Hey, what's up, guys? How are you?
Hey, how are you?
Paul?
Hey, first of all, I'm a draft geek. I've been a draft geek for a lot of years. I went to the draft back in the day and donated money to the Eagles Youth Partnership. I got all the way down to the front thing where the equipment manager was taking a phone call with that helmet.
Where were you? Was this when it was in New York?
Yeah, it was in New York.
Gotcha.
So we get all the way down. They throw Eagles T-shirts on us. We're sitting at the table. The next thing you know, when it was Eagles pick, Andy Reid calls them and basically says, we're going to select Corey Simon, defensive tackle, with the 6th overall pick.
Mm-hmm.
Ever since then, I got pumped for the NFL draft. I've been doing my own gig, whatever. But there's something to tell this year with the Eagles. I never seen Howie do this before. He's working 2 drafts. Everybody wants in on the 2027 draft. There's supposedly 5 quarterbacks coming out.
Yeah, the big quarterback draft.
2 wide receivers that are the best in Julio Jones, all that stuff, okay? There's going to be a tell part. If the Eagles select a tackle at 23, then he will gear up. First of all, A.J. Brown will get a first-round pick from New England in 2027, which will give the Eagles buying power to get a quarterback in the 2027 draft.
Okay.
All right, so he's looking at quarterback. Yeah, I mean, you have to. He's always preparing for it's his job.
Oh yeah.
What if the quarterback doesn't have a good year this year? All right, then what? But there's only so much you can control.
Correct. And those teams at the top, you think they're going to want to move off of a guy like Arch Manning or Dante Moore or Nico, who I'm a big fan of. We'll see. I know people laugh at that. But still, regardless, Jeremiah Smith could potentially be the second overall pick. Would people move off of that? He's the stud receiver at Ohio State. That's what you have to ask yourself. Now, if you have enough draft capital, you can make life difficult for that opposing GM.
I gotta be honest. I can't focus on the 2027 draft. This is a Super Bowl team. This is a team that needs to get back to a Super Bowl. 2027, I'll let Howie prepare whatever he's going to do then. When you trade A.J. Brown, let me also just say this. I don't know if I can expect a first-round pick at this point. What do you think? I mean, maybe would I be surprised? All right, I'll say it like this. Would I be surprised if they didn't get a first, but they got a second plus? That would not surprise me at all. I don't know. Is Howie going to get more than we think he's going to get? Remember what that one wide receiver
Has there ever been a trade that Howie did not get enough in your mind or, win the trade? I'm sure he's lost a few trades, don't get me wrong, but for my money, I'm willing to bet that Howie gets to what he wants. And I don't know if that's this year, though. That's where I think we're bumping off.
Yeah, you're not getting the draft pick this year.
Correct. So I think that this is upcoming for next year.
Yeah, it has to be.
Yep.
So you'd have to make the trade now, and they're not.
So I could see the Patriots saying, okay, here's what you're looking for first and whatever, blah, 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 blah. But I'm willing to bet that Howie gets his price answered.
Really?
Yeah.
Right? You think they get a first-round draft pick?
They've had enough time to work it out.
Yeah, they have.
Yeah.
You do. Maybe a second and a fourth, and they give back a fifth. I don't know. I mean, who was the wide receiver from that Buffalo acquired? And I was shocked at how much they got for him. They gave up for him. The guy from Chicago. From the Bears. I'm blanking. But regardless, A.J. Brown is a much better wide receiver.
I'm thinking of the quarterback now.
DJ Moore. This is a good. Like the Patriots. The Patriots giving up a first-round draft pick for A.J. Brown, as far as I'm concerned, that's small potatoes. That's easy. That's an easy trade. Now you have a number one wide receiver. All the Patriots fans up there that are saying, like, oh, well, you don't need to give him. You're not giving up a first-round draft pick for him. You should be happy as hell that a wide receiver like A.J. Brown, A, wants to go to your team, and B, you can have him for a first-round draft pick. How great of a trade was that for Howie? We were talking about Howie trades. Acquiring A.J. Brown. And look what happened since then. One of the best runs in wide receiver history on the team. It's Ray's top wide receiver of all time.
Yeah. I would say this. Again, my mind automatically goes to the wagering market, and you could look at the Patriots right now. There's money to be made on a team that just made the Super Bowl. To win the AFC, plus 900. To win their division, they're not even favored. So if they get a guy like A.J. Brown, that's the first thing that went through my mind, John, was look out. That offense is going to home.
Well, I mean, you have to be aware that you could go from going to the Super Bowl to being out of the playoffs. Just because you think you're going to come back with the same team and the quarterback. Look what happens year to year with quarterbacks, right? Drake May looked great last year. He's an MVP runner-up, I think.
Defense, though. Defense is the real deal.
Their defense is good.
Hopefully Vrabel's focused. I don't know what's going on in Mike Vrabel's world these days.
I got an idea.
It's probably not the smoothest operation
Probably
at
not
home.
the best. Yeah.
All right, who hired the PI, John? Where are you at with that question?
Vrabel's wife.
Vrabel's side hired the PI.
I guess. Then the photographer didn't know who the woman was.
That's what's being said. TMZ,
which could be BS.
Correct. Up in the air. Because people are like, oh, wait, man, that's a really bad look for Rossini's husband. There's just so many things that need to be answered. A lot of speculation at this point in time. The only thing factual that we have are the pictures.
Yep. All right, coming up. In Schefter's story on ESPN, he mentions the Eagles are locked into the 2027 and 2028 drafts. That's very interesting. We'll talk about that.
2028.
We have phone calls. Also, Ken Rosenthal went on foul territory today. This is this morning. And he talked about John Middleton's impatience. Uh-oh. Middays with Marks, 97.5 The Fanatic. Come on, to Jason Bertidis' pregame coverage. And then after the game, if you're looking for the best hockey guys in the city of Philadelphia,
who's that?
Oh, I mean, it's clearly John Marks and Bill Calarulo.
Let him in.
We're going to be doing the postgame. Bill was in Disney, so Jason joined me on Saturday night. Casey Boy was just in here. Apparently, there were some viral moments from the show.
Oh, really?
Apparently.
Huh.
I might have gotten 100 text messages yesterday from people.
Nice
Hey,
work.
good show. Anyway, it was great.
Good.
And so, and check this out. So we did it on YouTube. So we're live on the radio. We're also live on YouTube. So you can watch it live, or as many people did, thousands and thousands of viewers, Sean. It's almost as many as the Super Bowl. But seriously, a lot of people then, they wake up the next morning, they're all excited. They're like, I got to check out the Flyers postgame.
Mm-hmm.
So Jason and I did it. I think Jason's going to be involved tonight. He just has some other obligations. He needs to figure out if he can do both. But after the game, Jason and Brian Smith do their post-game show, which
great,
is,
great listen.
Yeah, and then it's going to come right to us.
Yep.
And we'll be live on YouTube, so you can listen on the radio, you can watch on YouTube, or watch later on. There you go. So that's coming up. Now, do I let Bill lead the show?
No.
Are you sure?
No, yeah.
Might be easier for me if he leads it, and I can just let him do all the work.
Well, I think that's up for you.
I would say no.
I think you lead it. You go ahead and give it to him as far as
I set him up for the analysis. Because I was going to be the analysis, but I didn't have any analysis. I was going to be like Monty from Major League.
You're just going to hit. Yeah. Actually,
I'll hit the hockey.
I interviewed him last year.
The actor that played Monty from Major League.
Yeah.
Why?
I have a. Tell me about it. I have a picture where he signed and everything.
That's incredible.
Told the story. Yeah, pretty funny.
Is that the only thing he did in acting?
No, he was in something else too as well. But
I'm sure he was Dynamite and whatever else he was in. That's awesome. All right, there you go. Let's go take a couple phone calls. We have a voice memo as well. Let's go to Alex. Alex is in Bethlehem. I would say Alex has been our number one Flyers fan as far as calling in with regularity.
Love it.
What's it? Give him the horn. Give him the horn. What's up, Alex? What's up, buddy?
Let's go. My guys. Listen, man. What a beautiful game one, huh?
Mm-hmm.
To put it simply, the Flyers look like a young team with their legs underneath them, and the Penguins look like an old, washed-up team, man. I mean, to put it quite simply.
Yeah, I'll be curious because you're right. I'll be curious if after one game they're saying, all right, I see what we're dealing with now. And then they make the adjustments because I think there's absolutely going to be a part of that. But it's just a matter of, do the Flyers have too much? Are the legs too fresh? Is there just too much hunger? Right? These guys are at the end of their career, and they've had Hall of Fame careers. But the Flyers now, like they can feel it, they can sense it. The blood's in the water for the Penguins. Now get them.
Absolutely, Johnny Marks. And just want to give a nod to the captain, Sean Couturier. Thought he played a great game. I love the hitting, especially in the first period. Saw a lot of Penguins on their rear end. That was getting me fired up, guys.
Yeah.
And I just like the sentiment in the locker room after the game. You know, they're very businesslike, very professional. They weren't laughing and acting like they won the series. They said, "Look, we got 3 more to go, and let's get that second one tonight, boys."
All right, Alex, appreciate it. Yeah, no, there was a hunger that you saw.
Oh, yeah.
They just got a couple bites, and they're hungry.
Yeah, these guys know what's at stake, number one. They know the history, and, of course, I'm sure they grew up big-time fans of Sidney Crosby, maybe Malkin as well, but definitely Sidney, no doubt about that. There's definitely a really good vibe, and you saw it pregame with Tocchet posting the shirt of, was it Bernie Perrant? Was it that? And it said Believe underneath it, and it had 3.8% on it as well.
It's a great shirt.
Yeah, it is a great shirt. Maybe we get a few of those.
But to your point, right, with the Eagles, the mask, the underdog mask, that was actually something. That was something that fans get behind. The players all bought into it. This is their dog mask. Really is.
Yep.
Hungry dogs run faster.
And
I got my mask.
Sean has his Darth Vader mask for Dan Vladar.
Dan Vladar, his first playoff victory in his career. 6-7 years he's been in the league. First one he got yesterday, or Saturday, excuse me.
Well, I saw that Ristolainen, that's his first playoff game. He's in his 30s because he's with the Sabres for so many years.
Yeah.
They never made the playoffs. They just broke their playoff streak.
Saw that.
So you talk about a guy that, like, at some point you start to wonder, am I actually even going to make the playoffs? Forget about winning a cup. This guy's in his 30s and hadn't even played in a playoff game in the NHL. It's crazy.
Yeah, Tockett's got him very level-headed, though. You saw that in the postgame. It's like, hydrate, make sure you get your work in.
He's got him right now.
Yeah.
He does. These guys are looking at Tocchet and saying, he's our guy. He knows what he's doing.
Oh, by the way, he's got 3 cups.
Yep.
He knows what it takes. So, look, they've been through a lot this season, a lot of ups, a lot of downs, a lot of adversity. Here we are.
But you know how Tocchet will he'll talk about the cups that he has without it feeling like it's a brag, more or less saying like, "Hey, I got 3 cups there." It's like when you win, even if it's a player, an assistant coach, or a head coach, that's a part of something successful, and you're a part of it. Whether you're the assistant coach or the coach, like everybody buying in and pulling in the same direction is how teams like that win. That's how. That's why AJ Brown needs to be out of here because that's their net. Like they can't win. I know they just won a Super Bowl, but you can't win if guys are going in different directions. I wonder if the Phillies guys are going in different directions right now. Let's get to Mad Mike. Mad Mike probably very happy because he is a Flyers guy. We've learned. Mad Mike.
Hey, go Flyers! But I just want to start off with those loser fraud Phillies and those loser bum Sixers. Getting completely boat raced by the Braves, and then the Sixers. They could have. The Celtics could have taken off the fourth quarter, and the Sixers still would have lost that game.
I think they did actually.
Yep. Yeah, it was bad, Mike. And you know what? At this point,
it was hilarious.
But at this point, if you're watching the fourth quarter of that game, like good for you.
I did.
Guess what? I'm not.
I did.
All right, and most of that because I was sick in bed. But I'm not watching that. Ray, you watched it. You gave the thumbs up. You watched the fourth. I know Mike didn't watch.
I was
the fourth
out
quarter
5 minutes. 5 minutes is when I shut it off and I went downstairs.
There's nothing I need to see from that game, or whatever. Like they're going down and they're going down hard. Can they win a game? They could still steal a game in maybe the first home game.
I don't want them. I want them to get completely swept out of the playoffs.
I know.
I don't want Embiid to ever darken our doorways ever again with his dumb presence. Just go somewhere else.
Yeah, you might get your wish there, Mad Mike.
I hope. I have a bottle of champagne for when Howie Roseman gets fired, and I have a bottle of champagne for when.
Are you talking about the Hall of Fame general manager of the Eagles?
You mean that slimy weasel nerd loser that I still hate that guy to no end.
So is there anything
This is
is there anything he can do to change your tune? He's won multiple Super Bowls.
Maybe grow to a normal human male size.
I mean,
as a fellow short guy, what do you want us to do?
Multiple Super Bowl championships, got to another one. He's brought in a lot of good pieces. He fleeces GMs all the time. Like Howie loves himself some Howie. We know he has an ego, a little bit of a Napoleon complex too as well. I've heard some things. I know some people that work down there as well. But at the end of the day, I don't care. I don't care. You, as long as you are delivering.
Yeah, that's the bottom line.
That's it. That's it.
With Jeffrey Lurie, because it's not just Howie Roseman. With Jeffrey Lurie, they have built, if not the best franchise in football, you're talking 2 or 3.
Yeah, I'm
easy.
I don't really care to see the Sixers win another game. I won't.
Yeah, I don't care either.
It's 13.5-point dogs tomorrow night. I don't see anything different happening. They just don't have the guns to go up against a team that's competing for a championship.
Nope. All right, coming up. So we're going to do the news at noon.
No.
It's from Ray's mind. It's going to be delivered by Sean Brace. This is like Ray's a movie writer, and now you have to execute the movie.
Will you ad-lib during the intro instead of saying the news at noon with will you say Sean Brace? Okay. And then maybe you could bring it
News
down.
at noon.
Ray, you could bring down the fader when it says your name and John says my name. That's a request. Can we do that? Thank you.
Well, we have the Mentos. We can do, but see, we don't have the old one because Matt recorded over it. I don't know. I could just do it live.
So ask me what's coming up at the news and noon, John.
Sean, what's coming up at the news and noon?
Oh, it's funny you asked that, John. We got a great one coming your way. That's right. Important stuff. Charles Barkley and Jordan are reportedly friends again. How about that? Plus,
I saw that.
Keeping with the NBA, Joel Embiid will play the second leg of a back-to-back that starts in Phoenix and ends in Frankfurt. What? And finally, the Cubs walked it off against the New York Mets for New York's 11th straight loss. We're all going to have some fun with that.
Immediately after the news at noon, Ken Rosenthal's talking like Rob Thompson's very much on the hot seat.
He better be.
That's coming up next. Middays of the Marks, 97.5 The Fanatic.
Now on
cash.
I could use $1,000.
I could use $100.
Could you?
Yeah, I could. Absolutely. I got bills to pay. My daughter, when we were in Disney and we ended up having to go to the hospital with the ambulance ride because she wouldn't take medicine. So with nothing else, it's $1,300 to this point.
Hello.
Yeah, no, because you get the hospital bill and it's like, all right, whatever, and then it's like, oh, this is the physician's bill.
Yeah.
So that's $356.
Were you at least able to pick your channel on Sirius XM or the radio station in the ambulance when you were taking that ride? No.
Oh no, there's nothing in there. It was just a very eerie, creepy. My 4-year-old in this. It was cold too.
Oh, I bet.
It wasn't warm that week. And then we get there. There was good TV in the hospital, so I guess it was.
It's always good. I've never been in the back of an ambulance. Knock on wood. Knock on wood. Knock on wood.
Well, no, my wife went the time before. But anyway. Yep. Lots of fun, Sean. Lots of fun. One time, my blood sugar got low, and I woke up in the back of an ambulance on, like, Chestnut Street.
Wow.
Yep. First time I ever
crashed out?
I already crashed like that.
Wow.
Every other time I was able to go to make it. What you learn is you can never be anywhere without something to eat or drink because that will happen.
Sure.
So, yeah, I woke up.
Scary stuff.
Back of an ambulance. All right, let's give you a chance to win $1,000.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
It's time for Fanatic Parlay Cash.
All right. Text the word quiz to 45911, or you can enter it on the Fanatic app or on 975thefanatic.com. Again, the word is quiz, Q-U-I-Z. The special contest short code is 45911, or you can enter it on the Fanatic app or at 975thefanatic.com. You have 25 minutes after the hour to do it. One random entry wins $1,000 in this company-wide contest. Winners will get a call from Beasley, so be sure to answer your phone. Contest rules 975thefanatic.com. Fanatic Parlay Cash stood up by Iron Mountain Men's Health. 5 chances to win each weekday, 8 and 10 a.m., noon, 3 and 5 p.m. There you go. All right. This is the first time. I've never done the news at noon. I mean, we've Dutz and Nate and Patricia. But for the first time, it's the news at noon with Sean Brace?
Huh?
It doesn't matter what comes in the world of sports. The news at noon with Sean Brace. Bad Athlete Podcast, angry college coaches, innocuous and random topics. The news at noon with Sean Brace. The news at noon with Sean Brace. The news at noon with Sean Brace. And if you're just tuning in, Ray is here, but his voice isn't. He has no voice because he was screaming and yelling all weekend long. So he's here, but he cannot speak. Sean.
All right, let's have some fun with this one. I'm going to dedicate this one to our program director, Scott, too, okay? This one goes out to Scott. Hopefully I hit the mark for him. I need everybody to lock in for this one because this isn't just sports. This is history healing itself, ladies and gentlemen. We're talking Michael Jordan and Charles Barkley, 2 guys who weren't just competitors. No, they were tight. Dream team tight. All right, of course, a little back and forth from Barkley to Jordan, and it ruined the friendship because Charles was critical of Michael Jordan as an owner. Oh, poor Mike. Anyways, it sounds like, according to Ray Dunn, that the friendship might be back.
Has Jordan talked to you, or is he still mad at you? What's going on? We always start there. What's up with Michael here? Any conversations with him and all, or no?
We had a conversation. We're going to get together and play golf soon as basketball is over.
Wow! Charles, that's a big story, because he was mad at you. And now, so you got back together with him, and it's who you're going to go hang out. Happy to hear that.
We're not like Prince William and Prince Harry. We always had a lot of love for each other, but we talked, actually, in the last probably 72 hours, we decided to get together and play golf as soon as basketball is over.
You know me. I'm a Jordan guy. I love that. And, of course, who isn't a Charles Barkley fan?
Do you remember what he said?
Well, he was just...
people may be surprised because this was back in...
Years ago.
15 years ago.
Yeah.
They literally haven't really spoken in 15 years. This is what Barkley said at the time. And remember, his job at the end of the day is to give analysis. And when asked the question, he said, I love Michael, and this is when Michael was running the Bobcats, when he owned them. I love Michael, but he just has not done a good job. Even though he's one of my great friends, I can't get on here and tell you he's done a great job. He's not done a great job, plain and simple. He didn't come out and say he sucks or he's the worst owner, GM, or whatever. He said he hadn't done a great job. He qualified it. He said, we're friends, but I'm being asked. He hasn't done a great job. 15 years of the silent treatment? I mean, I know he's the ultimate competitor.
Yeah.
Sean.
No, it makes Jordan look pretty
petty.
Small. Yeah, exactly. But no surprise there either. I am happy that they are getting together, though. You want to see Jordan and Barkley together, though, and, like bygones be bygones. Enough time has passed. And oh, by the way, Mike, come on, man. Don't be so sensitive.
Right.
Don't be so small.
So will Mike talk about this when Mike Tirico sits down for that one interview that they play over the entire season?
Fox got him again. He won another race.
Yep.
Had him again.
Yeah, he is busy with his NASCAR.
Yeah, he's doing really good. All right, keeping with the NBA, Ray has written down, do you think Joel Embiid will play the second leg of a back-to-back that starts in Phoenix and ends in Frankfurt? And I said, huh? What does he mean? Anyways, it sounds like that Commissioner Silver, from the NBA's perspective, wants to take the league global. Everybody wants that extra cash, John. Well, you know who has it? Everybody else but this country, apparently. Let's hear how this one sounds.
There's no doubt that there's amazing amount of top-notch basketball being played in Europe and great development of players. We're in this process right now. This would be a stand-alone league, but I would just say over time, I've been following, there used to be the Concorde, obviously, supersonic jets. There's a company called Boom Sonic that's saying by 2030 they're going to have supersonic jets again.
Because travel's a big concern.
Travel's a big, but I'm just saying to your point about whether initially you could see some of those teams competing in some tournaments we had throughout the season. Long term, I could definitely imagine we could have a division in Europe. Obviously, it's a very global game.
Can John, the caller, can he be a scout for the team in Greece?
So it hit me the other day. Eventually, will there ever be a pushback? Will there ever be enough is enough? I don't like you're rubbing like just too much, and it starts with the NFL. With the global.
But like the NBA already has a viewership problem as it is. It's not horrible, but it's certainly not growing, is it? It doesn't feel like the NBA was a particularly good product this year.
Like the EPL, English Premier League, will never be in America.
Right. And
Nor should it be.
Pissed. Yeah, they'd be
the
pissed.
NBA, the NFL should not be global. It should be here.
So here's what I'll say to that. For all the bitching and complaining about, like, oh, they want to do, but every team needs to play an international game. Yeah, every team needs to play an international game. The hell's the problem if you want to play one game? Each team plays one game somewhere. That's great for the NFL. I love it. I embrace.
You do?
I embrace our team playing somewhere else. You know why? At least now, because not everybody gets to do it. It means your team matters. They don't put some crappy team in Australia or Brazil or
Jacksonville
whatever.
Jaguars. They play their games over there.
They play their game in London because that's like their mother's
You're right.
city.
The Brazil game, Australia game.
Do I need the London whoever in the NFC East? I'm not saying I need that.
Okay.
Do I need a separate European? I don't think that's going to happen because players would be pissed and they wouldn't necessarily want to do it. Why isn't the NBA more international? It's an international game. American football's not international, but the NBA is. Why aren't they playing regular season games over there for extended periods?
They could have their own leagues, and I know Africa does have their own league. That's fine, but I don't need Chicago Bulls taking on Frankfurt on a Tuesday night and then having to fly back over to Philly to take on the Sixers on a Thursday. I don't need that.
It's killing Ray because he is. You can tell he has a huge opinion on the whole thing. But he can't speak, and you can't do it with Tony Romo Rars.
I had this bookmarked on Friday.
When you could speak.
Unbelievable.
No, I love international games.
You do?
I love them. I think it's great. Yes, it's great. I like the 9:30.
Surprising.
I like the 9:30 games. I don't need an NFC Europe.
Those 9:30 games don't hit me.
They hit me.
And if you're out in Vegas, it's a 6:30 start.
Yeah. No, you're right. But like 7 a.m. on the West Coast for an NFL game isn't bad. It's not. When I lived in Hawaii for the first however many weeks before they changed the clocks at 7 a.m.
What time is a 9:30 game in Hawaii?
3:30 or 4:30. That's extreme.
Yeah,
but anyway.
exactly. All right, and finally, meet the Mets, greet the Mets, step right up and beat the Mets. That's what everybody is doing, including the Chicago Cubs, who just walked it off. 11 straight for the lovable losers in the New York Mets. However, we're playing this because immediately following the Chicago Cubs 2-1 victory over the Mets with the walk-off, it heads to postgame for the Cubs. And how about this? oh, they're having some fun at the manager's expense.
Well, thank you very much, Boog. After the Cubs hand the Mets their 11th straight. I don't work for Career Builder, but I think that Carlos Mendoza may want to update that LinkedIn page.
Hey, it makes it 5 straight now for the Cubs. And so you pitched to Nico Horner. That's what you get. He's one of the best at risk.
Former Major League manager, not great at managing late game situations. That's what the update may look like. We'll tell you all about it next on Cubs Postgame Live.
I'm in. They got me. I'm staying. Yeah.
Meet the Mets.
Step right up and beat the Mets. But
Kiddies, bring your wife.
Guaranteed to have the time of your life.
The Mets are
Really not hitting the ball. It's hard to play this when our team isn't nearly as bad.
John, literally the 2 worst records in the National League. How crazy is that? Could I ask you this, though? Did you ever see a game at Wrigley? You ever been to Wrigley?
Yes.
I went last August. I got goosebumps just talking about it.
It was all right, well, you're talking to the right person. It was the May, the Phillies played the Cubs the May before the pandemic started. I went with my dad, I went with Uncle Jamie, I went with my late Uncle Dan.
Hell yeah.
And so, I actually got home from Chicago, I got home the Friday of Memorial Day weekend. So we did a game along the first base side, and then for the day game, we went bleacher seats.
Wow.
And the bleacher seats, it's like for people that went to the 700 level, it's a Midwestern 700 level. There's not as many fights. Like, they won't fight you because you're a Philly fan. They fight themselves because they're too drunk.
Yes.
And that's what happened. It was so much fun. I had so much fun. We verboed a Wrigleyville condo where we had a nice big condo.
Incredible.
We were walking distance from Wrigley.
Wrigleyville is awesome.
I told this to Ray many times. It was one of the best. It was the best sports trip I've ever taken, easily.
Yeah, we went last year. We did a show out there for the National, which is a sports collecting convention.
I remember that.
And then the Cubs were in town. It was a 1:00 game. Who did they beat? They beat somebody in the bottom of the ninth. They walked it off. They sang the song. Place was jamming. What a great time, man. Yeah.
It's all about when you go to Chicago. Right now, and I don't know because the Phils are out there now. I don't know what the weather looks like, but you could be dealing with 40 degrees and cold.
When the Phillies schedule comes out, the first thing I look at is when they're playing the Cubs in Chicago.
San Diego and Chicago is what I look at.
Yeah, I would go to Chicago.
I want to go to both. We gotta get Philly sports trip when
I saw they did an unbelievable job with the road trip to Pittsburgh for Game 1. Represent. If anybody's listening that took that trip that was out there, I would love to hear from you. Somebody that was standing up, holding a sign that says nobody likes us. It was a girl. Shout out to that girl.
There are a lot of Flyers fans in there. You can hear them.
Yeah, I was in a loud bar, so I couldn't really.
No, you could. You can hear them on the broadcast. It was good. It was. All right.
How did I do? News and noon.
You're hired.
Nice.
Ray?
Yeah. I got a gig.
No more talking for Ray. I'm sure he'd be fine with that.
I got a new gig.
All right. Yeah, just keep screaming at all weekend long, Ray. That's what happens to your voice. See, do you think he learns a valuable lesson here or no?
Yeah, I think he needs to. Again, I've been in his position many, many times, but I was able to fight through it. There wasn't any shows that I wasn't able to do. He literally can't talk.
Right.
Like I had the raspy. Hey, it's a Monday following an Eagles game.
It was kind of your brand at that point. That's what we wanted.
Yeah, Ray, that can't be your brand. You're too good. You're too good.
But you
Ray.
can't be a play-by-play voice and ruin your voice. But at least you're smart enough to go back and get a business degree if that's what happened. You're still smart and young enough, right? I'm not.
Poor
what
Ray.
What I learned in between my radio positions was I don't have any transferable skills to where unless I'm doing something like this, I'm screwed.
Ray will be back tomorrow, better than ever.
Think?
As a former radio host would say.
Mike Greenberg. All right, do we have foul territory? All right, so I guess Rosenthal in his column had written there's 3 managers in baseball right now that are already on the hot seat. Mets, Mendoza, whoever the Astros manager is, and Rob Thompson. And I'll say this, and we'll play this cut. It feels like Rob Thompson's on the hot seat. Not that he could be on the hot seat. Ray, is Rob Thompson firmly on the hot seat right now?
Yeah.
I think 100% he is.
Yeah, there's a lot of stats and things that are not in favor of the Phillies right now, and it's just got to be eye-opening if you're Middleton.
Yep.
This is not good enough.
Nope.
Not good enough.
No, it's not. So here's Ken Rosenthal because he talks specifically about the impatience of the man who has this huge payroll. Listen.
biggest issue to me, and the reason why Thompson might be in trouble sooner than later, is that the fans are kind of turning on the team. And John Middleton, the owner of the Phillies, is sensitive to fan reaction. Dave Dombrowski, the president of baseball operations, has never been afraid to make a change if he deems it necessary. That's how Thompson got his job in the first place. So with the Phillies 5-10 at home, with their fans kind of disenchanted right now, to say the least, you can see, if this team doesn't turn around, a problem becoming more apparent with what they're going to do with their leadership.
Now, they fired Joe Girardi, it was June 2nd. So he had to split up the cap charge, so they had to wait till after June 2nd, like A.J. Brown. No, that's a different sport. Sorry.
Nice work.
But they were 22-29, and at that point, they hadn't made the playoffs. So it's a different type of urgency. Their urgency is, we're losing again, like, oh, my God, like, enough of this. But they still gave them till June. With this team, with this payroll that is built to win now, even like maybe they shouldn't be called built to win right now. Maybe this is more of a Dombrowski problem. But the fact that it's not working, it can't be a Dombrowski problem because he's not going to fire himself. You can't get different players. You can wait to the trade deadline and you can add to the team. This is their team.
Yeah.
And you can't fall 12 games, 15 games under 500, 10 games under 500, 12 games under 500. I agree. And my buddy Todd just texted me. I don't know if I agree with this, but he says that he's gone this week if he doesn't turn it around. Fan support needs some appeasing, and unfortunately, he's the only change they can make. Totally correct. Could they do it sooner than later? I mean, I'm not even talking about later June, about later this month.
Yeah, no, I'm with you there. I agree with Todd. It could potentially happen this week. I don't think it will, but I think anything is possible. That's how bad this team is. I want to push back on Rosenthal. I hate hearing, well, it's about the fans. No, like, it's bottom line business here. This is a bad club. This is a team with expectations, and they're 1-8 on their homestand against the Arizona Diamondbacks, the Cubs, and Atlanta Braves, who are in your division. This is underperformance from all of the players. Like, this has nothing to do with the fans. This isn't appeasing the fans. This is a team that is underperforming right now with expectations. I'm sorry, Ken. This has nothing to do with us. This is about what's taking place on the field. This team is terrible right now. It's their worst start since 2000. Has nothing to do with me in the left field seats.
I disagree.
What do you mean?
Well, I mean, if this was 2 years ago, they're not as worried about the reaction of the fans. If this was last year, maybe you're not as worried about the reaction of the fan. You know what the fans were like all offseason, and then they had a chance to get Bo Bichette, and then that fell apart, and then they didn't get it. And the general manager, again, like this, to me, this is more about Dave Dombrowski than anything else.
We have a good club.
Yeah, he was content. They have a good club. His urgency level, and I remember saying it at the time, you look at how Howie Roseman would have handled the exact same situation. He would have talked about, damn it, we were that close, and if I would have made a move, I need to make the moves that get us over the hump. Dave was, we were right there with the Dodgers. If this happens, if that happens, we could have won. He felt like he did his job, and from there, it's up to the players to do their job, right? Where even if some of that is true, you can't go into the next season with the urgency of, I'm content, we're good. How about you add to the team? What would Ruben Amaro have done last year? Ruben Amaro would have made some moves, trust me.
Yep.
And he's not the GM that Dave Dombrowski is, but he's a Philadelphian, and he's been here, and he knows what it's like here. And damn it, he put some good teams on the field. They just didn't win a World Series.
Well,
you needed an impact bat, Sean.
I do want to say that impact bat that they were flirting with, and Bo Bichette hitting .217, good for 143 in the majors. He's got 1 home run, 9 RBI. Yeah, he's struggling up there.
They might have dodged a bullet.
I think they did,
which is great. But still, you didn't make your team better. All right, so we have voice memos on the Davis Honda text line on the Phillies. Go.
Sean and John, what's going on? It's Luke Arcani from Crossing Broad here. I hope you guys are having a better day than the Phillies have had the last week. Just embarrassing baseball. That's exactly what it is. They can't hit, they can't pitch, they can't field. If you can't do any three of those things, you're not gonna be set up for success. It's been just really, really bad. Straight up terrible baseball. Pretty embarrassing baseball, to be completely honest. For a team that's that high in payroll and has the expectations that they do. It's just been embarrassing. Something needs to change fast because they're falling. They're not trending in the right direction. It's painful to watch them play baseball right now. And something needs to change fast because they're trending in the wrong way.
Yeah.
Well said. defensively, that was a tough error by Soto on that Sanchez game. What was it, Saturday night?
Yep.
That was a tough one. Sanchez, 6 innings pitched, gave up 3. Should have got out of that inning. 8 strikeouts in the game. It would have been nice to get a victory.
He was fine.
Yeah.
I thought Painter was fine yesterday in 4 innings. So he's a young pitcher. He looked good.
Got to hit. Got to score some runs, man.
Got to hit. You have to. I mean, look at Trey Turner's batting 256. All right, Schwarber at least has the power. Bryce has been decent. Garcia 0 for 3 yesterday with 3 strikeouts. His average is down to 205. This was the player I was worried about. Marsh down to 265. Bohm's hitting 139. Stott's hitting 207. Marchand's hitting 037.
Hello.
And then you have Crawford at 276. I give Rob Thompson credit. He's been trying to move guys around. He hasn't just sat there and done nothing. They brought up Reyes. So, I mean, that's the one move they could do in left field. Just as long as he doesn't have to field the ball out there. Because he is not, I mean, he can get a home run. That's great. He better keep hitting home runs because he is bad in left field.
Yeah. And Ray, with your ring it, I love your ring it. Can we bring that to the airwaves?
What is it?
It's his deal. What is your ring it deal? He can't talk.
I know.
Well, he's got this deal. He started doing it last year. It was on my timeline, and it's about predicting Phillies to hit a home run. And when they do, he'll come over the top of like, hey, that was the 39th home run. He'll give you a little stat on it. I love it. I think the ring it needs to be a part of the show. I mean, unless you got like this big concoction built up for your solo show on the weekends, ring it's a good hit, man. It's a good hit. I like it.
He agrees.
All right.
He gave a thumbs up. Poor Ray.
Do you have anything from the ring it? You can't talk now.
Yeah, he's got nothing.
All right.
610-632-09. And Ray, by the way, is going to be in San Diego. We were talking about the trip to San Diego to see the Phillies.
How about that?
He'll be in San Diego in a month. 610-632-0975. On the Phillies, that's the voice memo on the Davis Honda text line. And just make sure you leave your name, location, occupation when you do that. On the phone lines as well. I'm not firing Rob Thompson yet.
It's getting close.
I mean, it's not that far off.
No.
It's not. And I don't think it's a knee-jerk reaction. When you start off 8-13 and you look lifeless, what else are they going to do other than guys start hitting? Man, this is bad.
It's not good.
This is really, really bad, as Stephen A. once said. It's Middays with Marks.
Thank you.
This is very, very bad.
All right, we're back with your calls and your memos. Don't go anywhere.
Now on 97.5 The Fanatic Sports Update.
Looking to build the lead. I'm Brandon Dutz, and the Flyers are back in action tonight after taking down the Penguins in Game 1 with Drysdale, Sanheim, and who else but Porter.
AC, 0% financing, 48 months, rebates and tax credits, $4,300, up to $4,300. When purchasing a heating and cooling system, learn more. Service First HVAC, Steve Levy, ESPN, big hockey guy. We get back into the Flyers at 1 o'clock with Steve as he's in studio for the quadruple header tonight on ESPN, ESPN2.
Oh, yeah.
Also, Steve Levy, I saw this when I Googled him. He was doing the play-by-play of the 5 overtime game between the Penguins and the Flyers. Yep.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that is awesome. Great to hear.
In 2000. So we'll talk to Steve. I'm sure, like, for any hockey guy, the Penguins and the Flyers playing, with the Penguins have still been good, but the Flyers, it's been a while. It adds extra juice to the true hockey guy.
Oh, yeah. Definitely that.
So it's very cool. All right, so as we talked about earlier, Adam Schefter this morning gives the, update, not really an update. I don't know, but he comes out and he says that more or less that, trade's likely to happen now. And I guess I could read the actual tweet because he actually had a column where he had more. But he said that the Eagles remain open to trading A.J. Brown. The Patriots remain highly interested in acquiring the star receiver. The conversations are expected to resume shortly on or before June 1st, likely culminating in a deal. And he said it's now considered likely. There's nothing else that's happened. I don't even think he's really gotten any new information other than there's no negative information out there as far as a trade not happening. It may sound like that I actually want a trade to happen. Honestly, I haven't ever reacted to where I think this is best or not best for the Eagles. On the field, this is not best for the Eagles. But can addition by subtraction to where you're taking a very productive and a tremendous receiver off the field, but was he causing problems with the quarterback and therefore hurting the chemistry with the rest of the team? I don't know, man. When a guy says he wants to be traded, I think you have to trade him.
That's where I'm at. Enough is enough. And AJ had a great run here, 5 tremendous seasons, threw up a lot of numbers, had a lot of success. But at the end of the day, if you don't want to be here, I need guys that want to be here. And it's clear that AJ wants a new environment for whatever reason. Maybe we'll find out what exactly the truth is if he does step to a microphone and lays it out.
It's the quarterback.
It's the quarterback. I think we can agree to that. But heck, there are plenty of people out there that aren't in agreement that he wants to be traded either.
Well, then that's going to happen, and then nothing will be said. So, I mean, I don't think AJ's ever going to talk about it. I would tell him not to talk about it. He won a Super Bowl here. In his years here, he's been one of the best receivers in franchise history. In fact, number 1 on Ray's wide receiver list.
Ray's list.
But seriously, what's going to happen if he says something? He's already shown that he can control himself when he wants to. Mm-hmm. See, everything he's done has been very calculated. When he's mad after games, he doesn't talk, and then he'll put out some type of a cryptic social media post. AJ's impressive as far as his strategy. This isn't happening by accident.
No.
He has said nothing all offseason except that he was Micah Parsons, he's very happy. And then when he's on with the dudes on dudes, he's winking at him when they're talking about him being a Patriot. He knows exactly what he's doing. You're going to get nothing out of him.
Yeah, look, he's playing the game the right way, being silent, not giving anything out there, not saying a word and letting the agent handle everything behind the scenes. And that's probably a positive thing for the Eagles and the Patriots to deal with. But at the same time, now the fans are starting to get a little excited here. And that's where I'm at. Like, I'm enough. Like, if you don't want to be here, then let's go. Enough is enough. Time to move on. Sorry.
6 weeks.
See you, AJ.
6 weeks. Schefter also said this in the same article that he posted. The Eagles could be making more trades beyond any Brown-related move. League sources say that general manager Howie Roseman is plotting to make a deal on draft weekend. Roseman usually has a trick or two up his sleeve, and other front office executives suspect there's one coming this week. Now we're talking.
Yeah.
So what's that? Doesn't sound like that was
we get it done.
It didn't sound like that was just trading up. Tanner McKee would be a guy that you consider, and that's maybe a third-round pick.
Yeah.
But what else could they do?
I think they have to attack defense, right, as far as potential trade targets that are out
Defensive
there.
end.
Yeah, something maybe. I know that they were talking about Greenwald from the Vikings. So I think defensively is where they're going to start. But
is there a trade out there, Sean, that isn't the Eagles acquiring somebody, it's the Eagles trading somebody? Because you're always thinking how he's going to acquire, and I'm not sure who that is.
Mm-hmm.
But all I'm saying is that, and all indications are Jalen Carter's getting getting re-signed to a contract extension at some point, probably during training camp. But still, is there a move out there where we've seen now defensive linemen traded for first-round draft picks and multiple first-round draft picks? So the NFL, which wasn't a big trade lead for a long time, now it's like, hey, we have this great player. Cincinnati gave up the 10th overall pick. And, I don't know. Maybe Howie's looking to trade somebody other than A.J. Brown. I don't know who that would be.
Yeah, who's got the value, contract, all of that. We'll see. Again, I think it comes back to, do you trust Howie Roseman, right? And I think he's earned that trust and then some. So that's where I'm at when we start talking about the potential of moving off of A.J. Brown, something that he wants to do. Howie clearly does not want to get rid of A.J. Brown. A.J. does not want to be here. If you believe the reporting, he didn't want to be here last year. So now the story is written, and he's going to end up as a Patriot. We'll see how this one plays out from here on out.
Do we have some reaction on the Phillies? Here's a Phillies voice memo on the Davis Honda text line. Go.
What's going on, guys? It's Brendan from Manioc here, professional ghost hunter. I think the Phillies need me down there. They need me to help find these ghosts and try to exorcise these demons out of this clubhouse in Philadelphia. I don't know what happened. Like, these guys are just absolutely lost out there. I don't know if the Flyers are like the Monstars and stole all their juju and their talent, but this team, they need something. You would have thought maybe they would have had some fun at Aaron Nola's poker event the other day, but not everybody went. Maybe we all got to go down to JD's with Sean and I. We'll have a good time, let loose, and maybe this team can get back on the right track. But man, it's rough right now, fellas. They got some time to turn around here, but oh God, let's go Flyers.
Nailed it. Let's go Flyers.
Yeah, they have plenty of time to turn it around, but it's painful watching. Yeah. You have to believe, actually, can they turn it around this time? This is Zach Wheeler coming back. That's not the Zach Wheeler that was a Cy Young Zach Wheeler that didn't have a great final rehab start. The fastball was down a couple miles an hour. That's not good. That's not good at all. So just because Zach Wheeler's coming back, he's not set up right now to save the season. They can't hit.
Yeah, this is historically bad. You know, that's the issue. It's like I would love to sit here and tell you with my bias that this team is going to turn it around and all of a sudden put together a nice win streak and everything's going to be good. Now, we're talking about the worst homestand in 17 years, right? Like, this team is awful. To get blanked by the Braves the way that they did, it was really tough to watch, including in last night, because that was the game. But your thoughts on the Peacock broadcast?
It was all right. They're still learning.
You got Kruk getting all slicked up.
Yep.
Putting a suit on.
Yeah, for sure. He didn't roll out of bed and go to the Citizens Bank Park to do that.
I don't need Kruk all suited up though at Peacock.
Well, because now he's got to be the professional broadcaster we saw at ESPN for so many years. Remember, he was kind of the number one guy at ESPN.
He was the man.
Well, he was a little bit crucky.
Yeah.
It wasn't what you see right now.
Well, but who's the guy in the middle with the Braves jersey on last night? Who's that guy, Ray? Or you were at the game? Anyways, he's wearing a Braves sweater. He's got the big A on his chest. But my guy Kruk is all suited up, slicked back. I mean, he still had plenty of time to hit that Schwarber treat. Man,
for sure.
Did you see that Crustable? They fry a Crustable?
Mm-hmm.
Deep fry Crustable?
Sounds good.
Oh, man.
Do you like Uncrustables?
Yeah, I do. I mess with them. They're easy.
Yeah, it's typically that's against my philosophy and my style. Okay. A reason a peanut butter and jelly is, it's good, but it's also very inexpensive to make.
Yes.
Loaf of bread, thing of jelly, thing of peanut butter. It's nothing. It's peanuts.
Yeah.
When you buy the Uncrustable, you're paying like $1
That's
for
correct.
an Uncrustable.
That's correct.
Which is ridiculous. I should be able to make one for 5 cents. So when my Lena, she likes Uncrustables for school, I can't make her a peanut butter and jelly. She won't eat it.
No?
She'll eat an Uncrustable.
What if you were to buy, because I have one of those things that's like a heart shape, like the cookie cutter.
I have the Uncrustable maker.
Yeah.
But she knows it's not an Uncrustable.
Oh, she's quick.
Right.
All right.
Because that's what we used to do for a while is we made the Uncrustable. It's an Uncrustable. There's no difference. There's a difference.
Take a wrapper. Don't you love kids?
Steve Levy's coming up at 1 o'clock, but we'll give you the goals from the game and relive the win. I was right here at the Fanatic watching the game with the fellas. Post-game tonight, Bill Colarulo, myself, maybe Mertitas. We're hoping Mertitas is able to join us again as well. That's coming up after the game on the station and on YouTube, all right? It is Middays with Marks, 97.5.
Got something to say?
Middays with Mark, Sean Bray, Silent Ray Dunn. It's just back there chopping it up with Bill and Dylan. We'll be live on YouTube tonight after the game, and the post game right here on 97.5 The Fanatic. So if you don't get to watch it live, like that next morning or later on at night, like, let me see what the guys are doing. So make sure you subscribe to 97.5 The Fanatic on YouTube and check it out. How about that? We had without much promotion, we had a good live stream on Saturday night. Didn't start till about 11:25, and we did an hour. Did a good hour.
City's buzzing right now, John. I just saw Gritty and Company and Kendall Skalicki.
Sure.
Ray?
Sure.
Okay, thank you.
I don't know the
Yeah,
pronunciation.
the whole ice crew, the whole Flyers. They're on a double-decker bus.
So they're going around the city?
Cruising around the city. I love it. It's playoff time, John.
Nice and warm, just how you want it today.
Yeah, that is cold. Not much you can do about that.
Just get bundled up and you
get fired up. Get fired up.
Steve Levy, the man, like he's hockey royalty.
He really is.
ESPN joins us coming up at 1 o'clock. But we have some royalty here as well in Philadelphia on 97.5 The Fanatic. Calling the games, Tim Saunders and Fritz Fedoruk. Tim Saunders with some excellent goal scores. Let's lead it off there, Ray. What do we got?
Trevor Zegras looking for a play to be made from behind the net. Gets it out. A shot to the net. They score! Drysdale beats Stewart Skinner, and the Flyers get the first goal of Game 1. Jamie Drysdale, his first goal of the playoffs in his career, in his first playoff game. And the Flyers take the 1-0 lead.
10 Flyers made their playoffs debut. 10.
Yeah. And then you exhale. Right? Like you get that first goal, and it's like, ooh, I told you, I believe in this team. This team is destined for greatness, and it starts tonight. Get that goal, go up 1-0. Awesome.
Let me hear it. Give me a little more of that, Ray. This is the Flyers anthem.
Yeah.
1-0. Good to get that first goal. Didn't it feel like after Drysdale scores and right when Malkin scores the goal, it didn't feel like it was coming? Like there was just there was too much Pittsburgh momentum, too much Pittsburgh momentum. So they tie it up. All right, 1-1, you go into the third period. I don't know how everybody else felt going into the third period. I felt really good.
Hell yeah.
I'm sitting in here and I'm saying, like, no, this is going to be a win. It felt like a win.
I was a couple statesides deep at that time, so I felt really, really good. It was cold out there. I kid.
Ray, can you tell us how you were feeling?
Felt really good.
Yeah, I bet. Olivia Dean. Love it. She's got such a good voice. She's 27. From London town.
What's her name? Olivia Dean?
Olivia Dean, English singer and songwriter. Yeah, she's been really kicking down the door the last year or so. Got some good tracks off that album, but this is the one. I was pretty surprised to hear that this was their anthem. I did not know about this until Saturday. And my guy Tim over there where I was DJing at, he's like, "You got the anthem?" I'm like,
"Yeah, she was at Jingle Ball." I'm almost positive she was at Jingle Ball this year.
No.
I'm telling you, when you said the name, I'm like, it sounds...
Olivia Dean was not at Jingle Ball.
No?
I don't think so. I hope not.
She sure was.
That's crazy.
I knew that. When you said Olivia Dean, I'm like,
wow.
That's really...
But she played in Philly?
So part of the star-studded lineup for the 2025 iHeart Jingle Ball Tour.
Yeah, but did she play in Philly? Because they... go all over the place. I'll have to dig on that. You sure you saw her?
No, but when you said the name, it wasn't just here's some name. It was why did I hear about her? I don't know.
Well, she's making her stateside trip coming up here in August. She's got some spots: Baltimore, MSG. I'm not seeing Philly, but she's talented.
All right, so that's set up.
Wonder if she's a Flyers fan.
I'm sure she would be if they asked her to be. Going into the third period, and the Flyers get the lead about halfway through.
The Flyers get into Sanheim. Jukes and tries by a man. Took a shot. He scores! Oh, Travis Sanheim scores his first goal in this playoff to give the Flyers the 2-1 lead here in the third period. His third career playoff goal, and the Flyers are on top here in the third.
Yeah, so we were the TV feed here is a good 90 seconds behind the radio feed, which is even longer than it normally is. So they score the goal. You can hear it because I have the broadcast on and I have the TV on. But Mike Vito, who's the executive producer of the Flyers broadcast, he bangs on the glass. Because I'm in this studio and Vito's in the Dwayne studio behind us. He's banging on the glass. Bump, 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 bump. I'm like, yeah, this is awesome. And then finally the TV gets around. It's actually good to have TV behind it.
Sure.
Because you know it's coming and you can focus. But that was really impressed with the Flyers.
Oh, God, yeah. And, again, you just continue to hear these guys getting it done in their first opportunity, first playoff experience, first-time goal. We're going to hear a lot of that. But what a goal it was, and to give them that 2-1 lead late in the third. It was, 10, 11 minutes?
10 minutes in.
Yeah, split.
So then you get the insurance.
Oh, this
17:23 of the third period. It's the young fella.
It moved.
Yep.
Here's Porter Martone. He's got a man going to the net. Martone spins into the right wing circle. Looks at the net with a shot. He scores! Oh, Porter Martone! The kid does it again in his first playoff game. And Martone is giving the Flyers a 2-goal lead with just over 2.5 minutes to play.
Yep. And Pittsburgh got an empty net goal, but, Keiser got tight after that. They're only down, and they had a couple opportunities late, but Vladar made the saves. They really get the ball out of the zone.
We'll break it down.
We'll break it down. Yeah, it's just they were the better team. They look like the better team. The better team won, and we'll see what happens game 2.
I can't wait for tonight, but Martone, man, to hit that goal in that spot, this kid just doesn't know any better. And it's so fun to watch, right? This youthful exuberance out there. Oh, by the way, skills. I mean, that shot was insane.
He's 19.
Like, what are we doing? On the road in Pittsburgh, going up against Sidney Crosby and company, Sid playing well.
Like, their young players don't look like that they realize that, or like it's even an option to be like, oh, crap, we're in the playoffs now.
Yeah.
And this is Sidney Crosby at all. Ray, do we have a Flyers voice memo on the Davis Honda text line? What do we got?
Let me just say, I want to take back what I said previously about Keith Jones and Danny Briere. I believe they've done a great job in setting this team straight, and it's only the beginning. Let's get another W tonight, boys. Go Flyers!
I like it. Flyered up. Yeah, look, this is an opportunity to keep this going, regardless of what happens, and I'm not even putting that into the atmosphere of anything other than that this team is going to continue to win. However, you got to be really excited about the future. You got to be really excited of what they are building down there at Xfinity Mobile Arena.
It's amazing how quickly things change, right?
Yeah.
One that long ago where it was like, oh, my God, you're still in a rebuild. You're going to miss the playoffs. Tocchet doesn't know how to handle these young guys. Briere, Jones. All of a sudden it went from being, I don't even know if they're going to, like, is Tocchet going to get fired after 1 year? To now look at them. There's the story in the NHL. Big win over Pittsburgh.
Now, when I say they're building, should I say that they're building in Voorhees, or were they building in South Philly at Xfinity Mobile?
I'd be okay with Voorhees.
I just want to get it right for my Flyers faithful, that's all. You know that I care.
Well, it depends. If you're from Jersey, you probably say Voorhees.
Okay.
And if you're from the other side of the bridge, Ray would say Voorhees, I think.
No.
All right.
Really?
It's a beautiful practice facility that they do have.
So
Really
they're
is.
building in South Philly.
Yeah, there's a good funny anecdote that I can't tell because I can't get through
No,
it.
don't talk.
Gotcha.
Are you going to speak to Steve Levy during the commercial break?
No, that's why we have Dutz and Nate.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
All right, there you go.
Ray's just pushing buttons. That's
he
it.
really is pushing buttons. He can't do anything else today. Poor Ray. Imagine if the Eagles won the Super Bowl and Ray couldn't talk.
Oh, Ray, come on.
Oh, man. Look, poor Ray.
What do you got in the container?
What are you drinking, tea?
This is water.
Yeah.
There's tea over there.
Yeah. You know what I'm going to say to you, Ray. I don't want to kick a man when he's down.
This is not a one-day injury.
Yeah, well,
I'm just telling you.
That's a little too close for comfort there.
Oh, yeah. Don't short
Butterfingers.
the board out again.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Kick me while I'm down.
There you go.
Well, all I'm saying is, Sean, this is not a one-day injury. He might have to go on the IL for this.
Stay on target.
Yeah, could happen.
Coming up next, this is going to be cool. Steve Levy, who did the play-by-play of the 5-overtime game with the Flyers and the Penguins back in 2000, gives his insights as he's hosting the studio show for ESPN, and that's where you'll be catching the game tonight. That's coming up next, Middays with Marks, 97.5 The Fanatic.
Now on 97.5 The Fanatic Sports Update.
Looking to build the lead. I'm Brandon Dutz, and the Flyers are back in action tonight after taking down the Penguins in Game 1 with Drysdale, Sanheim, and who else but Porter Martone putting the puck in the back of the net.
Martone spins into the right wing circle. Looks at the net with a shot. He scores! Oh, Porter Martone! The kid does it!
ESPN's going to join us coming up here. Now I feel like I'm in a Flyers game. Good job, Ray.
Oh, yeah. Ooh. Oh, could you only imagine what it's like to be in Pittsburgh in that arena? Like, what are they playing? I highly doubt that they're playing. What's her name again? I'm forgetting her name.
Dunn?
Olivia
Dean.
There you go. Yeah, there is a Livy Dunn.
Livy Dunn.
Yeah.
That's right. I would say that like we were talking about going to Wrigley. That was one of the great sports experiences ever.
Mm-hmm.
We went up to see the Rangers and the Flyers play. That was really cool.
It was great.
You can go to Pittsburgh for me to watch a Flyers-Penguins game. I'll stay here. I'm out. I don't need to go to a Penguins game.
With the draft in town, too, as well?
Oh, I have no interest in that either.
Pirates?
I go to the Pirates-Phillies game's cool because it's mostly Phillies fans.
Yeah.
Pirates are a little better this year.
I'll wait till they come home. I'll catch you here.
But you know what I mean. Like,
Yeah.
I don't want to be like, yeah, let's get tickets, go to the game in Pittsburgh.
Drive to Pittsburgh.
But those Yinzers?
No, I'm good on that.
Oh, they'd be so mad.
Yeah.
They were so mad. Philly Sports Trip had a ton of people there.
It did.
A lot of Flyers fans there, which was very cool.
And when you are down, and they were down the majority of that game, now they tied it up in the second period, 1-1, heading into the third, but you can't do anything, right? You just got to take it. And next thing you know, it's 3-1, and that's it. It's over, and you know it. So be quiet and grab your keys. It's time to go home.
Yeah, that Martone goal was good because then when you got the empty netter, it's still like, all right, you got a minute, but just enough. But like, it also didn't feel like the Flyers were hanging on for dear life. You know, some games that you win, and like, you're watching the lead evaporate. Like in basketball, you're watching that fourth quarter lead evaporate. And you're like, oh my God, thank God they got that win. No, I came away from the game thinking the Flyers were the better team.
Flyers belong.
Let's see.
Yep, right there with you on that one.
So all the Pittsburgh people were saying that, that on Pittsburgh Radio, they were saying the Penguins can't play the Flyers game. Because that's what they did. They let the Flyers play. The Flyers played their game, and the Penguins that's what they did. We got to have the Flyers have to play the Penguins have to play their game.
Sure. You're going to say all that. You know, you got to find something. You got to change up something, right? I would imagine that they're going to make some adjustments. I don't know what they could do. Changing the lines, maybe. We're going to get in depth on that. But, man, it was great to see Sidney Crosby get rattled at the end of that game. And, of course, the Flyers come out on top.
All right, let's take it back to Game 4 of the 2000 playoffs. The Flyers and the Penguins. They go into overtime. Then they have 2 overtimes. Then they have 3. By this point, I remember watching. By this point, I'm like, oh, my God, this game. 4 overtimes. Finally, in the 5th overtime.
Crazy.
On the call, our next guest, Steve Levy. Here it is.
Richardson backhands it up. The Penguins were changing. So they're able to come out relatively easy. Let's keep Primo with it first. Primo cuts the inside, scores! There it is! Keith Primo! The much maligned center of the Philadelphia Flyers wins this game in the 5th overtime. And the Flyers go back to Philadelphia with the series even at 2 games apiece.
That's a long night.
Wow.
Steve Levy in the 5th overtime. What a great call. He joins us right now as ESPN. You can catch Steve tonight in the studio. How about this? A quadruple header beginning at 6 p.m., a combined 6+ hours of hockey coverage.
Oh, we're talking about Stanley Cup playoff hockey, baby. Nothing better.
And Steve joins John and Sean in Philadelphia. Steve, thanks for a couple. How are you?
Good to be on. What a time to be alive. What a time of the year.
Amen to that.
So when you're doing that game, do you even realize it's the 5th over? Like, how do you get the voice keep going? We're exhausted watching. What do you
realize it's the 5th overtime? I was lucky because I had a previous 5 overtime game. I did it was Pittsburgh and Washington at the old Cap Center. And I was not prepared for that 5 overtime game because it was my first one. And just, you run out of words, and at some point I sort of stopped speaking, and I was just doing last names,
Of course.
So I was much better prepared for the Primo game in Pittsburgh. But it's just, it's your emotions. It's a great reminder to young broadcasters. Like you can't lose your mind in the second period of regulation time. You can't be screaming at the top of your lungs. I had an executive tell me, you got to give you somewhere to go, right? Where are you going to go in the third? Or where are you going to go in the first overtime? So you save something in reserve a little bit, but I mean, there's nothing like the Stanley Cup playoffs. It's unbelievable.
So now this was pretty cool because the Flyers were they were in the playoffs during one of the COVID years, but really it's been a really long time since the Flyers. There's been games that we're actually looking forward to, and then they come out game 1. And, man, it felt like the Flyers were in control the entire night. What's your reaction to what you saw so far?
Yeah, my reaction is to not overreact. I think there's a tendency to overreact to game ones, especially in a first-round series, whether you win or lose, right? You don't want to make, like, everybody got to sort of relax and pump the brakes a little bit, again, whether you won or lost. People, we got to adjust this, we got to change that. Whatever you did during the regular season worked enough to get you into the playoffs. Maybe you want to tinker with some things. But I don't think you want to make big sweeping changes yet. So, sweeping changes have come. You lose the first two, especially if you lose the first two on home ice is possible in some scenarios. But Pittsburgh and Philadelphia, I thought it was a coin flip series, quite frankly. I have the Flyers winning. I had them in 7 games, and I'm not surprised by the outcome. And I'm just a little torn, and we had this conversation. We might have had it off air last night with Mess and PK, Pittsburgh can't really play worse. So while that's really on the Penguins, we got to be careful. Let's give the Flyers a lot of credit there for making Pittsburgh look like that. But the Penguins will be much, much better tonight, and then we'll see if the Flyers can, raise their level as well.
7 games, Steve. Come on. I'll give you the opportunity to change that prediction. I kid. We'll see what happens.
Sweep? Right on the 4?
Break out the broom, Steve. Hey, look, you just said it. You're surrounded by greatness. Messi, of course, PK, it goes on and on. You do a tremendous job. You've been calling this game for a long time. Porter Martone, I want to get your reaction. And what are those guys saying behind the scenes? 10 games in, kid's 19 years old, and he looks like he belongs in a big way, Steve. What are you guys saying about him?
Yeah, the lights don't appear to be too bright for him, and that's not the case with some other young guys. And I'm not going to name names, but we saw a couple of guys in their game one of a playoff series get into a scrum and look like, hey, wait a second, I'm not in college. Where's my bubble mask? Where's my full cage? These guys are men. These guys have beards. These guys are mean. They're nasty. They're saying bad words to me. I am amazed still, and I don't know why I'm still amazed, because it happens every year, but how a kid can go from college, and in this case it's Martone, step in immediately and have a real impact. And this is perfect timing for the analogy, because the NFL draft is coming. Think about a college player who just finishes playing his bowl game or whatever ridiculous bowl game he played in, and then steps into week 16 in the NFL. I mean, that would be the equivalent, right? With no training camp. Because these college guys, like Martone, are stepping into the final 10 games of the regular season. I mean, that doesn't happen anywhere else. And you're not just playing, now you're playing power play, or you're playing a top 6 role. And again, I don't think I should be amazed anymore. It happens every year. Cale Makar made his debut in the Stanley Cup playoffs. It just happens. It's not everybody, but the special players it happens to. And I think Martone has that it factor, and he does not look out of place.
Yeah, and we were talking about this earlier. If Michigan State goes a little bit further and doesn't get eliminated, is he even playing right now?
Right. Like it's a great point. Yeah.
He wouldn't have played 11. He's been through 11 games with the playoffs, so who knows? It's so like sometimes we're talking to Steve Levy, ESPN. Sometimes it's just like you need to have success and make a run, and we'll see if they can win the series before we start talking about a run. But it just feels like this Flyers team. They were struggling before the Olympic break. The media was kind of getting to talking a little bit. And then all of a sudden, after the Olympic break, everything starts to fall into place. Some of the younger players start playing better. You have people come back from injury, and it just seems like right place, right time, Rick Tocchet, right coach. Everything seems to be working out, and what used to be a round hole and a square peg is now everything just seems to be working out right now for the team.
Yeah, I was in Philly. I was there in probably early April. It was a Columbus game. They lost to the Blue Jackets, who they were fighting for a playoff spot with, and people were down around the arena, around the team. I thought they had a shot. They lost that game, and then it didn't look good. And the numbers, and the T-shirts are out, 3.8%, and all that kind of stuff. And the percentages, we get hung up on the analytics, and you can't, that doesn't measure heart, right, and will and effort, and those kinds of things. And so Tocchet gets full marks, in my opinion. I think he's done a great job. And the big-time players have really stepped up. I'm not sure. We've talked about this on Tippett is one of the more underrated players in the entire league. You don't realize how fast he is, maybe unless you see him in person. And so the players are playing great. Couturier, that was a blast from the past the other night. Like, he's shown up in a big way. The physicality. Dan Vladar, quite frankly, I thought he was a career backup. I thought he was a very nice career backup goalie. And you just don't know until you're given the opportunity. And he wasn't given that in Calgary, and now he's been given it in Philly, and he's probably the MVP of the regular season for the Flyers. So, and I even think management, I see Jonesy walking around the building, and he's got, like, not a care in the world. Like, I think the Flyers feel, and they won't, maybe they'll admit it, maybe they won't. I feel like they think they're a year ahead of where they thought they would be, or their plan or their program. Like, this is kind of house money in a way, which is a dirty term, because then you're thinking, we're just happy to be here. And obviously they weren't by winning game one. But I don't think management necessarily thought they were a playoff team this year. They have a plan and a program that they were playing towards. And I think they're ahead of their time, and I think it's cool.
Yeah, Steve, I agree, and I think a lot of Flyers fans, even the diehards, would agree with you as well. But it's a lot of fun. They go in, steal game one. Tonight, though, game two, Flyers a little bit of an underdog. We're talking about a desperate spot for the Penguins. What could the Pens do different that they didn't do on Saturday, in your opinion, for them to find a way to win tonight? Because for my money, I thought the Flyers were the better team. I thought they were more physical. I think they have a little bit more athleticism. And, oh, by the way, they're younger than the Penguins. I thought that showed a little bit as well. But what could you see different tonight?
I think Sidney Crosby will play a better game. I think Crosby will play a better game, and he's Sidney Crosby, right? So, of course he will. Malkin will be better as well. Carlson had an unbelievable, brilliant bounce-back year that I don't think people thought he had in him. I thought Stuart Skinner was pretty good in goal already for that, so I don't think that's going to change. And so I think overall tonight becomes more about the Penguins than the Flyers. I think the Penguins will play better, and will it be good enough to beat the Flyers? But yes, Philly looks younger, bigger, faster, more athletic, and hungrier. And I think the hunger part will change tonight with Pittsburgh having their backs to the wall.
Yeah.
Can't lose the first two at home.
I agree with you. So, Steve, starting at 6 p.m., 6+ hours of hockey coverage between ESPN and ESPN2.
Yeah, we've got doubleheaders, and they're going on at the same time, obviously. And so we'll do, an intermission on ESPN and then catch up on ESPN2. And it's really a fun night. Like, I always felt I've been very blessed to be at ESPN all these years. I've had the best seat in sports for a long, long time, and I'm trying to keep that going, and I'll certainly have it tonight as well. I would have liked to have been in Buffalo last night. I thought that would have been a cool seat to be in.
Yeah.
But I love being in the studio with my guys.
Now, would they have the cam? Would they have PK Suke? Where you guys all have the camera on you for when a big goal happens?
I try to stay away from that, but you can be sure PK will have a camera. PK has a camera on him at all times, 24/7. I believe he sleeps with a camera on him.
Hey, Steve, those pants the other night. My man's got some taste. That's for sure.
Your taste.
Every time I criticize him, he tells me, Levy, you don't know anything about fashion. I'm like, I know. Those pants cost more than my car. I'm sure they're expensive. He's got rips in his shirt and everything, and
he pulls it off. That's for sure.
It's a great job,
Steve. Thanks.
Very, very confident. Yeah.
Thanks for a few minutes. We appreciate you.
You're the best, Steve.
Thanks for having me on, guys.
There he is,
Steve Levy.
Very cool.
From the
yeah.
mothership.
Hey, man, I'm looking at a picture right now. You're talking about an OG. Charlie Steiner here, Stu Scott, Tirico. It looks like a child in this picture. Rich Eisen looks like he's about 12.
It's pretty amazing when you see the young guys and then what they become over 30, 35 years.
Steve might have the best. He's still to this day in this picture right here that I'm looking at. And that's early Sports Center. He's got the best hair there.
I know that one.
Dan Patrick. Steve's still got a great head of hair. You know me. I got to talk about the hair.
I know. Yeah, we wouldn't be us if you weren't.
Yeah, I focus on the hair.
You focus on more than that. Sidney Crosby's caboose
and PK's pants.
PK's
did
pants.
You see those pants?
I did.
They're like Jinkos, but they're designer Jinkos.
Yeah.
Those are expensive Jinkos.
Yeah.
Probably Gucci Jinkos.
That's something you would try to wear.
I don't.
10 years ago.
I don't know, man.
You got to be pretty flamboyant. And
yeah, those pants. Never.
How about Ray?
Never saw my dresser. No, I think what we see is what we get with Ray. I don't think he had like a change
Can we do a makeover show with Ray?
Ooh, I like that.
He says, no, you can't talk today if you're just tuning in. His voice is gone. We can't do a makeover show with you? Why not? I'm not saying there's anything necessarily wrong with your attire.
Clothes I'm okay with.
No, but maybe get you a little bit more flamboyant from when you're doing
I can go with
broadcasts.
clothes. We can talk clothes.
Stop talking.
So, look, back to Steve for just a second, because that's a great guy. You know how busy he is, doing a great job.
Yeah.
But, I'm curious. What is Mark Messier and PK saying about this kid, Porter Martone, right? If you gave them a hot mic, they got to be impressed.
Let's see if PK can do a show this week.
PK's awesome.
Yeah. But so with hockey and just with all the coverage of it, think about with the NFL, how negative, there's so many different negative reports, or it's like with Jalen Hurts, or the NFL is its own, it's its own entity with the offseason. The rumor mill and insiders and everything like that. Hockey players and hockey analysts, everything's great. There's not a lot of negativity towards hockey or towards teams. Sure, you can have analysts that maybe disagree or whatever. But there's not the same vitriol that is out there for the NFL that it is for hockey, because there's a bunch of good guys that like playing the sport. That's about it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Much different coverage.
Yeah, much different coverage. But you got some good characters that are covering the game too that can stir it up, and it's about the fans too. I think the fans make a huge difference as far as the. Did you see that video yesterday of the Buffalo people dressed up, full uniform, rolling around in rollerblades, tackling the Boston dummy? Right, I'm sure we'll get some of that with the Flyers.
God, it was awesome. It's great to see the Sabres back in. Yeah. How many years?
It's a long time.
14, 12, something like that.
Yep.
Let's go to Black Gritty from blackgritty.com. Black Gritty, hello.
Hello, guys. How are we doing this Monday?
Well, your name's Black Gritty, so you must be happy.
Great.
I'm fired up. I just woke up, Johnny Marks. I ain't going to bed last morning. But let me tell you something, okay? So the team, Josh Harris, is trash. The Phillies, Bryce, you better start TikToking in the clubhouse, bro. I need the energy to come up, because what are we doing? You out here lose to the Braves. I got to fight my life with the Braves. Trash, okay? The Flyers? Oh, we flying up right now, okay? Second team in the city. Eagles, you better watch your back, guys, okay? We're out there making Crosby cry. You out here with more AJ mess. Eagles, the Flyers are second in the city right now. I know it's an Eagle city, but the Fly guys are working, and they're young. Great get, by the way. That interview was amazing. I appreciate that. I love you. But having a young team go into the playoffs and stuff, it's not like when, we did it with the Phillies. Everybody's getting older. These guys are getting younger. They're ascending. So it's a great time to be in Philadelphia. But I'll tell you one more time, because I'm the only one that I saying it. Not the only one. I care a lot about it. Boston, while you're up there, throw the Sixers in there with the Tea Party, throw them in the ocean, and get rid of them. Some of my team. I want somebody else to run this organization, because I can't stand you. The fact that they try to get the WNBA team makes me sick. And again, Fly guys take care of business tonight. Watching Crosby cry was one of the greatest joys in my life. And I'm not the number one hockey guy in the world, but I hate that punk with all my heart. I don't care about his caboose. I want him to get loose and get smacked in the face repeatedly. Let's go, Fly!
Horn 'em. Yeah, baby. Sending Sidney Crosby to the box late in the third, 38 years old and crying.
Yep.
Still crying. Yeah, he doesn't like us, and he never will, and I'm fine with that. But he's had a pretty good season, man. So it's interesting to hear Levy say that you're going to get a better performance from him.
It's good.
It's understood,
it's
but
good analysis.
I think it's also easier said than done.
He also was. I saw a lot of people saying that he was taking off his game and he was frustrated, and that's not something you're likely to see in the second game, because they will make adjustments.
They were losing.
Yep.
And that had to bother them in their barn, right? But I don't think the team is as good as maybe what Sidney Crosby believes, right? I think the Flyers are the better team, and they're definitely playing better hockey right now. There's no doubt about that. Black Gritty, though, checking it. He's all flyered up. Yeah, it's so...
do the Sixers even register right now?
It's depressing.
I know we have some voice memos on the Sixers, et cetera, we're going to get to next segment. It doesn't even... I had no reaction at all yesterday. Other than I wasn't surprised.
We got a good reaction post-game.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was a matter of the time of the day. Like, if that was a nighttime game, would people care? No. But it was 4 o'clock, middle of Sunday. People are on the timeline. I don't know. It's just, I think we're all in agreement, like, just end the season, because this team is not going anywhere.
Yeah.
Even if they were to miraculously win the next 4 games, like maybe Tatum and Brown get lost, and next thing you know, they are shipped up to some island somewhere. And the problem is they would still win without Tatum and Brown. That's the issue.
Yeah, they would. Yep. All right, we have a voice memo on the Sixers. Go ahead.
Johnny Mark and the amazing Brace. Of course the Sixers lost. We all knew they were going to lose. And they're probably going to get swept. But don't worry about the Phillies. They're still going to win at least 98 games. Just relax.
98 games?
I'll take the under on that one.
It'd be tough to win 98 games based on their start.
I think now would be a good time to bring this up. Is it not like a shoebox bet for the Boston Celtics?
It's a shoe. Yeah, but it's not worth it.
What do you mean? It's minus 1,400 for them to win the series. That's a shoebox bet. Is
that all it is?
Let's go get $50K from the bank. That's a shoebox bet. It's not going to lose.
What scenario do the Sixers win?
If the
there is
team
none.
bus literally drives into the ocean. That's it. That's the only chance that they have.
Right. There would have to be a catastrophe.
Correct. It's minus 1,600 now.
Okay.
Like, what idiot out there is putting money on the Sixers to win this series plus 900? Like, what's the matter with you?
Oh, it's only plus 900?
Plus 900. If you dare hit send on that wager, you better just send that money to me. I could do better things with it, I promise you.
So you want to put 14,000 down to get 14,000.
I want to put 50K down on the Boston Celtics minus 1,600. What am I getting paid? What's that paying me out?
What's the number?
Minus 1,600.
Oh,
I thought you had the calculator.
I was trying to look on Bet Parks to see what it was there. I wish I had that much money to put down, and I would.
That's a shoebox bet. That's the proper bet you make there.
Okay. Ray, you have that money in your savings account? Do you have some savings bonds that you could cash in?
I would say no.
Oh, okay. All right. Why not just put 1,400 up to win 100?
Yeah, it doesn't do much. Doesn't move the needle.
We'll put up 14,000 to win 1,000.
Yeah, that doesn't move the needle either. 50K.
All right.
I can get it.
$3,125.
Thank you
for a $50,000 bet.
And now we're cooking.
All right. Well, just go take a home equity loan.
Yeah, I'll hit my wife up during the break.
Yeah, she doesn't need to know, does she?
Well, I mean, yeah, she has to sign off.
Okay.
No one's giving me a loan with my name alone.
All right, coming up. Yeah, just take the equity out of your house. What could possibly go wrong?
There you go.
Coming up next, we have some more voice memos, some phone calls, and the weekend recap with Sean Brace. That's coming up next. Don't go anywhere. Thought about my garage floor for a second. Comer and Cross, man. Telling you, you can get this done. You can get it done in one day with Comer and Cross, and they're the experts in the industry. If your garage floor is cracked, stained, or peeling, it's time for an upgrade, and it's so easy with Comer and Cross. They will transform your entire garage floor in just one day, and you get 50% off installation right now. And this is not epoxy or paint. Comer and Cross floor is the gold standard, guaranteed to never chip, crack, or show tired lift ever. And they handle everything for you. How about moving your items out of the garage for you? They do that. They repair all the cracks and damage, and then they install a custom finish that looks like a showroom floor. 50% off installation. It's fast and clean, built to last. It's the perfect showroom finish when you come home. 1-800-NEW-FLOOR. 1-800-NEW-FLOOR. The website, comercross.com. COMER cross.com. 1-800-NEW-FLOOR.
Now on
Panic. After the game, I don't even know what this was.
Du hast me.
What is this?
This is like a mid-'90s song. Du hast me. My buddy used to listen to this song all the time.
Is it a German group?
Yeah. Du hast. There you go, Rammstein. There you go.
All right, that has good sound to it. So after the game, you're going to have the dynamic duo of me and Bill Calarulo, which is going to be great. A real hockey guy.
Turn it up.
Yeah, Bill was felt helpless last week. He's at Disney with his family having a great time, and the Flyers are in the playoffs.
Ain't that a you know what?
The town's buzzing, and he's like, oh, my God. So he gets to get it today on the air coming up at 2 o'clock and the postgame tonight. And I have to check in with Martinez, but Martinez may or may not be doing it. But anyway, so they have their postgame right after, and then it goes right into us. We'll be on YouTube, so if you don't get to listen to it or catch it live, you can watch it whenever on YouTube. There you go.
I like it.
I like it a lot. All right, let's get to the you have a weekend recap here, Sean Brace?
Oh, do I? That's right. We got Ray Dunn over in the other studio. It's time for the weekend recap. Let's turn it up. All right, inside of the NBA, of course, used to be on TNT, and we used to watch it a lot more. I feel like these guys have been completely lost in the shuffle, and therefore we've been void of some funny moments, some viral moments, so on and so forth.
Isn't it weird since they joined ESPN, I barely know they're on.
Yeah,
they're barely on, right?
It stinks. It really does. But this weekend, we finally got one! Yes, a segment was brought to you by McDonald's. I don't know if you caught the video over the weekend. Ice Spice, a hip-hop star, I'm
a big fan.
Younger woman who was in a McDonald's in the New York area. I believe she's from the Bronx. And she was in a McDonald's late night, and some stranger rolls up to the table and starts a fight with her. Anyways, that was the viral moment that was all over the timeline. Charles knows a thing or two about that. And he brought it to the airwaves on Inside the NBA, and they had some fun with it.
McDonald's. How about that? Presented by McDonald's, Chuck.
I hear they got some slappy Happy Meals over there. What that mean? I don't even know, but you see Ice Spice got slapped at McDonald's?
Come on, man.
What you doing at McDonald's in the middle of the night, Ice Spice? Come on, stop that.
Excuse me.
Get to go.
Thank you, McDonald's, for sponsoring
I love McDonald's.
the NBA.
I love McDonald's. Fish fillet is the greatest sandwich ever.
Shaquille O'Neal.
I love me some nuggets.
Kenny the Jet
Dip it in that little barbecue sauce. Yeah. Eat half.
Charles,
then double dip.
You call it Chuck? What'd you call it? Slappy Happy?
What'd you call it, Chuck?
Check is at it again. Let Ice Spice eat in peace.
Georgia Tech at it again, right?
Can you believe that, Shaq?
Rex.
She should have slapped her in the face with a Big Mac. You walk up on me, everything's on the table. Yeah.
Damn right. Chuck there, of course. You know, there was a time that everybody was chasing the algorithm when inside the NBA, they were the algorithm, John. And
not so much anymore.
Again, I have to qualify it by saying the name of the show, not just TNT. Like the guys on TNT. It doesn't feel right. I don't know.
Well, they're also not on as much. They have remember at one point they haven't been on since December something. It was felt like months.
Yeah, why would you want that on air? I believe there was like a sports reporter one time that said like Charles Barkley is the number one spokesperson. Like why not have that guy on a little bit more? Just a take. Might be out of left field for people. I don't know.
Yeah, he definitely, and he was a superstar player. He's well known now for his non-playing stuff.
Yeah.
We're talking about the last 40, 25, 30 years.
All right.
I got.
All right, last one here, because like I said, we're playing some audio. Let's head to Charleston, South Carolina for the PGA Tour, boys. Did you guys watch the RBC Heritage yesterday or over the weekend? Oh, you didn't?
Well,
you missed out in a tremendous finish between Matthew Fitzpatrick and USA's own Scotty Scheffler. Now, here's the deal. Fitzpatrick has had a lot of success down there at the RBC Heritage. Scotty Scheffler, though, was on his trail and eventually caught him on the final hole, hole 18. It goes to the playoff, but things are getting a little tense. And the crowd starts to chant USA, USA in favor of Scotty Scheffler. Now, Fitzpatrick went on to win. Afterwards, he was asked about whether or not the crowd was out of line by chanting USA at him, because at the end of the day, it's a regular season tour event, not the Ryder Cup with countries competing against each other. I loved Fitzpatrick's answer.
No, he didn't get out of line in terms of, no one was shouting on backswings or anything like that, which is great. Like, I'm all for it. Like, I love people that, they're supporting Scotty. That's great. You want golf to have an atmosphere, in my opinion. I grew up watching football. I'd pay so much money to be out there in front of those crowds, having them chant at you every week. It's a great feeling. However, there's no better feeling than coming out on top against that. There isn't a better feeling. Nothing to do with Scotty or the players. It's
Scotty.
the fans that that have sort of spurred me on there. So it was nice to obviously win, but it never crossed the line. It was just loud. It was just loud.
Love it. 31-year-old from England. He did quiet the crowd, John, and even gave him the finger to the ear after he won it. It was really good theater, really good television. And I thought Scheffler was going to win it, but I appreciate that answer. And I won't lie to you. I'm not a fan of the USA at players from a different country.
No?
No, I'm not. Is it out of line? I don't know. I just am not a fan. Is it okay if I just am not I wouldn't be chanting?
I wouldn't be chanting USA at maybe an Olympic event.
Like, I'm all about not heckling either, but I'm all about pulling for Scotty. He is our guy. He's an incredible golfer. But, when it comes to USA.
Well, especially in golf.
Yeah.
I know Ray's probably not all jacked up to go taunt
Well, I
foreign
lost
players.
my voice.
Oh.
I was yelling at the TV. Can't believe Fitzpatrick won.
Oh, Ray. You said you're going to golf with me, though, one of these times.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm becoming a country.
Petrilli's going to come? No, we're going Walnut Lane down the road.
Cool.
Yeah. You want to come?
Nope. Okay. No, I'm good. Thank you. Thank you for the invite, though.
No doubt.
All right. We have some Sixers memos, Flyers memos. We'll get to on the other side. Also, this is regarding the Adam Schefter. Adam Schefter had the report earlier today. I have a reaction to that I just saw somebody wrote, and it's like, it's a really, really good point. Because Schefter is the insider in the NFL. How about get a little bit more insight other than regurgitating the exact same thing every time? We'll talk about that coming up next. Middays with Marks, 97.5, the Fanatic.
Oh, but first, guys, when it comes to performance, good enough isn't just good enough, and that's exactly why Blue Chew just raised the bar. Yeah, folks, come on. Introducing Blue Chew Gold, the new revolutionary 4-in-1 upgrade that targets both your brain and your body. The Blue Chew tablet dissolve right underneath your tongue. Start working as just as little as 15 minutes, so you can go ahead and get to that performance faster, smarter, precision engineered for results. Get started today at BlueChew.com and see why millions of men trust Blue Chew now with a gold standard upgrade that's changing the game for good. But here's the deal. As I'm giving you this read, bottom line is this. If this is something that you want to experiment with, now is the time, because I'm giving you 10% off your first month of Blue Chew Gold with promo code YES. That's right. 10% off. That sounds nice. Save a couple dollars. Check out what Blue Chew has to offer. All you have to do is check them out online at BlueChew.com right here, right now, and enter promo code YES. That's right. Visit BlueChew.com for more details and important safety information. And as always, we'd like to thank Blue Chew for sponsoring.
The Unfiltered High School Athlete of the
Billy C was just in here. Sean's put on his Darth Vader mask. Colarulo's ready to go. It'll be post-game tonight, so you can listen to the game. When the game's over, jump on our YouTube or just listen. Right on the station, on the Fanatic app. You can get the post-game stylings of Johnny Marks and Bill Colarulo. There you go. Sean, will you be wearing the Darth Vader mask tonight?
Yeah, I'll be on the. Actually, it scared the bejesus out of my daughter, so probably not likely tonight on the couch. But maybe I might sneak away. She's got to go to bed by 8. Time your kids go to sleep at?
Not 8. Not that far off.
Well, that's where the process starts.
It depends on the night.
Gotcha.
I mean, like a lot of times I want them asleep before. Like most nights, they better be asleep before 9. But the older ones, not necessarily.
Gotcha.
My middle girl's she's full of energy, so it's harder for her to wind down and go to sleep. My little girl's, by 8:30, she's falling asleep in bed.
Yeah, none of that. My Kendall's 6, and she could honestly she can hang till 10:30, 11 o'clock if I needed her to.
Drinking and smoking with. No,
playing some cards, blackjack.
Right.
Actually, she Texas Hold'em.
She can play Hold'em.
Well, I wouldn't go that far, but we played Hold'em one time, and then my wife is really good at Hold'em. So
really,
yeah, Kelly's good. Kelly's a good poker player, man.
Poker.
Hello.
That's a good idea. Maybe go up to the poker room at Bet Parks and get some type of a tournament going on.
John, I always have been pushing something during the All-Star break, and it was always a charity poker tournament. Perfect time during that All-Star break spot. I don't know if this year would be the right year to do it because we got a lot going on from the All-Star game perspective, but I would love to have an opportunity to rock out with Bet Parks in their poker room in some capacity. For the show perspective, station, for
Back
a poker
when I
night.
used to play, and I'd go up there from time to time with my cousin, and you would see the pros up there. The local pros, they go to, that's where they go, one of the places they go.
Nick Wright, not Nick Wrong. Nick Wright was there. He was playing some poker the other day, a couple weeks ago. We saw him.
Nick Wright from
First Things First?
Oh, man. I wish I could have been there to get his autograph.
We actually dapped up. He was cool, and he said, I like this station.
Yeah.
You could say it.
No, he's like, he's cool enough. My, one of my old interns here, Matt Hammond, he worked down in Houston with Nick before.
Get out.
At the radio station. Yeah, so he's like, Nick's a good person. Nick's a good dude.
Nice.
It's really irritating on the air, and he's totally fake.
Ray was with me. Yeah, our interaction was pretty good, pretty real.
Yeah, I don't think he's a bad guy. I just think he gives the fraud.
Yeah.
He's doing entertainment.
He's a gas bag.
Yeah, he's just giving you some fraudulent opinion. Unlike our opinions, which are rooted in analytics and facts.
Correct.
And things like that, right?
I apologize, Ray. After Steve Levy was talking about being a broadcaster, did any of that hit home? Where he was like, you can't, overtime, you don't want to lose your voice if you're out on a Sunday night.
Right.
Any of that hit home for you?
Ray is unable to speak today, and I'm predicting he's on the injured list for at least Wednesday. There's no way he's back tomorrow doing
He's
updates.
100% back tomorrow.
He's going to come in and work. He's going to push buttons, but he will not be doing updates tomorrow.
I mean, what were you, gargling glass? No.
But the problem is, could he potentially do updates tomorrow if the voice gets better? Yes, but he could hurt it and get back to where he was on Monday. He needs at least a couple days off.
I think just take it easy tonight, all right? He'll be back.
All right.
My money's on Ray showing up.
So you think Ray's voice is fine tomorrow?
Ray performs tomorrow.
He's 100 out of 100, the voice.
BlueChew.com. Promo code yes.
Okay.
He performs tomorrow.
Okay. All right, can we get let's get a Flyers voice memo to start on the Davis Honda text line. What do you got?
Good afternoon, Middays, John, Sean, and the voiceless future Hall of Famer Ray Dunn. Since you can't speak today, I'll speak for you. Flyers are going to win tonight again. Go up 2-0 against those pesky old Penguins. Let's go, Flyers!
Yeah, baby.
Yeah.
You're the man.
All right, win tonight or loss tonight?
There's no doubt in my mind they win.
Okay.
This is a good team right now, man. That's hitting their stride. They don't know any better. They're better than the Penguins. That's what they do know after that game. Yeah, they win.
All right, I got them losing.
Oh,
That's
no.
just me, sorry.
Oh, whoa. That wasn't discussed. You pull that out now?
I mean, we didn't talk
We
about
just
a prediction.
did 3 hours and 45 minutes, and you throw that at me on the way out.
Yeah, but it's okay if they lose tonight.
All right,
They already stole one game.
Yeah, but I wasn't prepared for that.
Well, you think you're going to sweep them?
Yeah. They're not losing. This is the Lakers with Shaq out there right now.
All right. Faux. Faux 5 faux?
Can't even give you a good hockey comparison.
We got a Sixers voice memo there, Raymond. What do we got?
76ers, they're going to get bounced out quickly by Boston. I don't see them winning this series. Phillies, the mission is simple. Fire Rob Thompson, fire Kevin Long, fire Dave Dombrowski, get rid of Stott, Bohm, and Kemp. There's just no way they can win with this current organization. They just can't.
And remember, name, location, occupation when you text or you send the voice memo.
Yeah, we want to give you a shout out. Plus, we want to know what you do for a living. Yeah, they did send your boy, Otto.
Yeah, he went to AAA, Felix Reyes. No surprise, they need some type of impact from the right-handed bat. Reyes gave you a home run in his first at-bat off of Chris Sale, and then the Phillies didn't score a run the rest of the game.
And, oh, by the way,
awesome.
How about the robbery in center field from Marsh in that game?
He pulled one back, as they say.
Good grief.
Yep.
And they lost.
Still lost. Yep, it's bad. Thompson, I believe, is 100% on the hot seat. And if this goes on in the next week, you could be looking at a guy that's in trouble.
Oh, yeah. Oh, you're looking at a guy that's in trouble right now.
Because I mean, losing's one thing, but it's just they're not competitive really at all.
That was ugly.
And it hasn't stopped. This has been going on a couple weeks now.
Ray, the stadium, 50%, 60%, 70% full yesterday? What do you got, number-wise?
Friday seemed a little thin.
By the end, very, very dull, but I would say 70 at best.
Wasn't sure.
Man,
it's not good.
When you have a busy life and those tickets cost a lot, still it's like, man, I don't want to drive an hour and a half in traffic to go down. It's just, it's tough. And they're tough to watch right now.
Yeah, they're tough to watch.
Really, really are.
And if you want to put me down there cold weather, yeah, that's a whole nother story.
All right, let's do the YouTube chat recap, Ray. What do we got?
It's time for the YouTube chat recap.
How about filling us in? Let me tell you something else, man.
Watch us live on YouTube every single weekday.
I can't lie. Let me tell you something.
It's the Middays with Marks YouTube chat recap.
Hit me.
John and Sean, Howie is definitely getting a first-rounder for Brown. The Waddle trade sets his market. Kieran from the YouTube chat.
Yeah, I mean, I don't disagree with that. But you just if I'm the Patriots, do you hold off and say, I'm not giving you a first-round draft pick? Because then, Howie, you can bring him back. Howie normally gets what he wants. He knows value, and he can say, okay, you really want the player, which they do. So you're really going to not get the player because you don't want to give up a first, and you only want to give up a second. Well, how about you give up a first and a third, and we give you a third back? You know what I mean? Like, there's ways to make it happen.
Yeah, the player is well worth the value. Make it happen.
I agreed. What's next?
John, if you want to throw up, just put some Phillies highlights on. That'll help you. Dawood from the YouTube chat.
I actually don't. I feel like I want to eat. I'm actually hungry, so I don't feel like I'm going to throw up anymore.
Good.
I haven't went to the bathroom in hours. Not that there's anything that.
Ooh, I smoked a pork shoulder last night. Yesterday on a Traeger.
Yeah, is it good?
I got some pork to go home to. I forgot about that.
How do you eat it?
Shredded
with barbecue?
My wife will make fun of me because all I care about is the meat, but I'll make some like tacos. Yesterday I just had it with just straight up meat and barbecue sauce.
That's what I like.
Yeah.
Get a little coleslaw, a scoop of coleslaw on the plate.
Oh, now we're cooking, baby.
I'm hungry. All right, what's next?
Rob Thompson's time has come and gone like Ray's voice. Andy from the YouTube chat.
Yeah. Starting to feel like that.
I'm not ready to say it's over for him right here, right now, but man, it's close. It's close. And I don't like the post-game reaction or the comments where it's like, this isn't hockey. This isn't football. Dude, you better do something different. That's all I know.
Yep.
This is ugly.
All right, what's next, Ray?
Ray, leave the screaming to your ladies, would you? You make a living using your voice in case you forgot. Tommy John from the YouTube chat.
Yep.
Light it up.
But has this ever happened before where you've lost it this bad?
There's only one other comparable time. And that was the
Misread the calculations.
Salciunas and I, no voice show, like 3 years ago.
Oh, look at you guys juggling.
So it's been 3 years. All right.
Yeah.
All right. We'll get an update later on today with how you're doing. And then you'll either be pushing buttons again tomorrow or doing it. I can't see how this is like an injury in sports. You just don't put him out there the next day because he says he can do it. All right.
I feel for him. I do.
All right. What's next?
It blows my mind people are still invested / watching the Sixers.
Yeah.
What else do you need to prove failure? Not even worth TV time. Andrew from the YouTube chat.
Yeah, I don't disagree. That's how I viewed the game yesterday. Got a little bit ugly. I maybe rolled over and went to sleep for a little bit.
Yeah, no,
got back up. It was on.
Hey, bet against them. Like I said, money to be made. Like, you knew that was not going to be anything less than a 20-point win by Boston. Get on it. Have some fun. Cash in.
I didn't even want to bet them. I went Flyers money line on Saturday.
Nice.
Yeah.
Good. You should do it again tonight.
I don't know.
Bet against Johnny Mark.
I am not going to bet against. That's why with the Sixers, I just don't want anything to do with it. They can get blown out all game and then backdoor it late with a couple of cheap threes.
Oh, yeah. That ain't going to happen against the Celtics.
So real fast I tease this for Adam Schefter, and it's less about Schefter and more about all the insiders itself. We all know you can regurgitate the same thing over and over and over again. We understand the June 1st and all that other stuff. How about we start talking about some more details, like what are they getting back for? What's causing this not to have been able to be done? Like, do some reporting. Seriously, can somebody do some reporting instead of just copying and pasting a tweet or a text or something? Yo, Schefter, use your connections to figure out what's the baseline here? Is Howie not moving on unless he gets a first-round draft pick, right? Like, this seems all way too clean and neat. That's why you believe that both sides know a deal's going to happen.
Yeah.
This is very clean and very neat. There's been no stories about how it's not going to happen. There's been no stories about Eagles are asking for too much. There's been nothing other than this, which is the regurgitating of what everybody's saying with A.J. Brown.
Well, the Vrabel whisper is on the shelf right now. That's who would have had the inside connection.
She had no extra information than anybody else.
Then Vrabel?
You know what she would? Yeah, but she's saying the same thing everybody else did.
True.
But she also knew, which I think most of the other people did, that it's going to happen. All the insiders said it's going to happen. It's a matter of when it happens. Did she have some extra juice on why that it was going to happen?
She had some extra stuff. Yeah, she better at least.
Of course.
Can't be selling the goods for nothing.
Oh, Diana.
Did you see they knocked on her door at Easter?
Yeah, that's pretty cold.
Yeah, it's a cold world. It's a
Sure
cold
is.
world, man.
Yeah, could you imagine being the reporter that did that?
Apparently the Patriots wanted to try and put the kibosh on that.
Of course they did.
Article. That's the Patriot way.
Well, they pushed for the publisher to not run the article.
Yeah.
By the way, the Post said we won't run the article if you give us compelling information on that this really isn't what it looks like. And again, she's offered nothing because there is no compelling information.
Definitely not. No.
It's amazing she thought that the people were going to buy that. And they were defiant about it.
Wasn't me.
Story. Coming up next, Bill returns. Unfiltered with Ricky. See you.